This is the Lancaster JetHawks pregame show. Stay tuned for information on today's game, interviews from the field, and a look around the California League. The JetHawks pregame show is brought to you by Burns Pharmacy in Lancaster, the oldest and most respected pharmacy in the Valley. It's Burns Pharmacy in downtown Lancaster.
And good evening once again, baseball fans. Welcome into another edition of Lancaster JetHawks Baseball. I'm Tim O'Sullivan, coming to you from the epicenter. And the circus has left town. We'll just have a regular old ball game tonight after Randy Johnson brought with him a horde of scouts and media with him to the ballpark last night, a crowd of over 5,000. But that's all over with, and the JetHawks, along with the Quakes, can get back to business here tonight. Each team has won one game of this four-game series thus far, and ironically enough, it was the ball game that Randy Johnson did not pitch in. The JetHawks won Monday behind Scott Barber 6-1. Then Johnson pitching last night in his final tune-up before he rejoins the Diamondbacks and was touched up for 11 hits and 5 runs in 6 innings in a 5-1 Rancho Cucamonga victory. Now the JetHawks go back to their unfortunately normal ways of not a whole lot of success in this ballpark. They have dropped 7 of the 9 meetings against the Quakes, and overall the season series much more even. The Quakes have won 10 of the 19 meetings. Our starters for tonight's ball game: John Castellanos, who was supposed to pitch last night, is on the mound tonight. He actually beat the Quakes in a 7-inning relief performance back on the 10th of July in Lancaster, taking over for Brett Prince, who was also on a rehab assignment. Castellanos in that outing was his best performance of the year, and also benefited from 21 runs of offense in that ball game. Castellanos on the season, 3-0 record, a 4.62 ERA. He'll be opposed by left-hander Jake Woods, his 19th start of the season, 7-3 record, 4.07 ERA. The 15th best prospect in the Angel system, according to Baseball America. A 7-3 record this year, one of those wins against the JetHawks. Full slate of games last night in the California League. We will run down those results for you right after this on KJUL 1380.
So where do you go when you need more than just a prescription filled? Burns Pharmacy has been the answer for the last 45 years. At Burns, their focus is personal customer service. In fact, they can fill the prescriptions that other pharmacies in the Valley can't, and much quicker, too. The newly expanded store in downtown Lancaster includes a large home health care department. Burns Pharmacy, 866 West Lancaster Boulevard. Burns Pharmacy, it's where the JetHawks go, and where you should go, too.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire: infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, "You can."
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
This is Justin Wexler, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Start with other activity in the South Division of our recap of last night's action around the California League. Blake Elsinore took 10 innings to beat San Jose 7-4. Jack Castle got the win in relief over All-Star James Garcia. Dan Trumbull, a home run in the ball game, leading for the losing San Jose Giants, and Jason Clements just sent down from Double-A. Now back with Blake Elsinore. He hit a home run and 2 RBIs for the Storm last night. Also, Inland Empire able to remain in a tie for first with Lake Elsinore. Was a winner last night as they beat Stockton 9-3. Rich Dorman got the win. He was just promoted from the Midwest League not that long ago. He is 1-0. Blake Bone, another home run. He hit 2 the other day against the JetHawks. 4 RBIs for Bone. Greg Jacobs also 4 for 5 in the ball game. John Castellano was 3 for 5 and was also able to extend his hitting streak to a Cal League high 24 games. Elsewhere, High Desert lost again. Visalia beat them 10-1. Garrett Simpson the winner. And Jason Nix a home run and 4 RBIs. Nix has been on a tear of late. Corey Slavic also a double among his 2 hits and 2 runs scored. And in the North Division, Modesto doubled up Bakersfield 8-4. Luke Robertson was the winner over Chris Seddon. Gary Thomas 4 RBIs and a home run leading the way for Modesto. Fernando Cortez in a losing effort, a double among his 3 hits and 2 RBIs. So let's check out the standings in the Cal League. First of all, South Division, Inland Empire, Lake Elsinore, tied for first at 15-10. Then the Quakes at 12-12, or 2.5 back. With the loss last night, the JetHawks fall to 5 games out of first place. They are 10-15. High Desert finds themselves on another extended losing streak. It's 5 in a row, and they are a miserable 4-20 in the second half. North Division, Visalia, the best record in the California League, 18-9. They are red hot, winning 6 in a row and 8 out of 10. Stockton is 3 back. The first half winners in the North Division are 15-12. Then San Jose at 13-12 is 4 back. Bakersfield and Modesto are tied for 4th. The Blaze are 13-14. Modesto 12-13. Both are 5 games behind the first place Oaks. Tonight in the California League, again a full schedule. High Desert continues up north in Visalia. Also Inland Empire up north as well. They're at Billy Hebert Field taking on the Stockton Ports. Lake Elsinore, a northerly trip as well in San Jose at the Muni. Mike Woodnicki will pitch against Brian Burris. The Storm will face the JetHawks. The next time Lancaster is at home which will be this Friday. And then besides this one, Modesto is in Bakersfield. Darryl McCall, just 3-11 this year, is opposed by Jamie Shields. As far as last night's ball game, a real thrill for the JetHawks catcher Mike DeRosa, who had the opportunity to catch Randy Johnson. We'll ask T-Row about that and some other things. We'll have that conversation right after this on KJUL 1380.
It's time to get connected to the people you know. Everybody needs a cell phone, because we're all on the go. There's only one little old name that you need to know, and that's Frank. Frank's Radio.
No matter what you might see or hear, Frank's Radio is still your authorized Nextel service center, proudly displaying the Service Excellence Award from Nextel. There's a reason for that. Only Frank's Radio does it all. Look for the Frank's Radio logo where they service what they sell. Not all Nextel dealers are created equal. Be sure you're getting the service you deserve. Be sure it's Frank's Radio. You've never had a cell phone like this before, and you've never had service like this before. Frank's Radio, now open Monday through Saturday on 12th Street West between Avenues M and N in the Sierra Business Park.
There's only one way to do two-way, and that's Frank's Way.
Are you tired of going to the big-name drugstores only to be treated like a number and have them take 3 hours to fill your prescription? Well, it's time to break the big chain pharmacy runaround. Go to Burns Pharmacy in downtown Lancaster, located at 866 West Lancaster Boulevard. Burns is your full-service pharmacy with a large home health care department. Is there medicine you need and can't find? Well, call Burns. They do custom compounded prescriptions. Why should you go anywhere else? Burns Pharmacy, 866 West Lancaster Boulevard.
It's a great double play. Lancaster JetHawks baseball and America's greatest music on KJUL 1380.
Talking with JetHawks catcher Mike DeRosa, who had the opportunity to catch Randy Johnson last night. And, D-Roy, I'm sure you've been asked quite a few times to this point, but what was it like catching the big unit?
It was pretty easy. You know, a lot of people thought it was going to be really hard. But, you know, he's a big league pitcher. You know, he's won, 5 Cy Youngs. And, I mean, he knows where his ball's going. You know, no matter really how hard you throw it, as long as you know where it's going and it's around, you know, your mitt, it's pretty easy to catch.
So you're not diving for balls in the dirt. You're not reaching for balls up and over your head. Big league guy like Randy's hitting his spots and you barely have to move.
Yeah, you know, he was working a lot on his pitches and certain counts and stuff and wasn't really trying to, you know, strike everybody out like he does I don't know if he does in the big leagues, but I mean, makes big league hitters look pretty stupid. But he was working on a lot of counts, certain pitches, and just trying to hit his spots.
What is your perception after catching him as opposed to what it was before you had a chance to get back behind home plate and catch him?
Well, before the game, I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't know he was going to be that easy to catch. But now, that you catch a guy like that, you understand why he's so good, because he can throw it as hard as he wants, and it's around the spot where he wants to get it. So that's why he's really that good.
Did you guys talk much either before or during the ball game?
Not really that much. We talked a little bit, certain counts, what to throw, what pitches, and obviously he's got his own game plan and his own agenda, what he wants to throw. So it's basically all on him. In the dugout, we talked, a little bit, asked me where a couple pitches were, and that's really it.
He shake you off much?
Not too bad. I guess you can say I guessed right, what he wanted to throw. He basically just told me his game plan, start in and work your way out and finish counts slider. He wants to throw his, change up some, so that's basically what I tried to do.
Now, a lot of people might think that Randy coming down here to Class A ball, he would just get back out on the mound and mow guys down. It didn't happen last night, but in your opinion, why was that? Was it because he was more or less working on specific things than it was just trying to get guys out?
Yeah, he was working on, that's what rehab is all for him right now, is just working on stuff that's, what he's going to do in the big leagues. Before the game, he told me, he was, I don't really care how, good I do or how bad I do. I just want to work on what I need to work on. And as long as I accomplish that, I'll be happy with today.
Now, for this point, at this particular moment, I'm sure you might be saying to yourself, at least at some point, wow, I got a chance to catch Randy Johnson. But ultimately, the goal is for you yourself to get to the big leagues. So I'm sure at some point you want that not to be as big of a deal as it is now.
Well, when you make it to the big leagues, you catch guys, or big league pitchers every single day. So you're absolutely right with that. You just want to get to the point where you're in the big leagues and you can stay there and you can catch those guys every single day instead of maybe one time in your career.
You've had a chance to catch some big league guys before. I know you had a chance to do that in spring training. Is that right?
Yeah. I caught Billy Real a couple times. I was supposed to catch Schilling, but he was only throwing a 20-pitch side, so somebody else took him. And I can't remember the other guy who I caught.
Must not have been that big of a name.
I think it was a big name. I just can't remember it for the life of me right now.
Well, Mike DeRosa may not be able to remember that last guy's name, but certainly he'll remember the experience he had last night. So our thanks to Mike DeRosa, and we'll have baseball right after this on KJUL 1380.
So where do you go when you need more than just a prescription filled? Burns Pharmacy has been the answer for the last 45 years. At Burns, their focus is personal customer service. In fact, they can fill the prescriptions that other pharmacies in the Valley can't, and much quicker, too. The newly expanded store in downtown Lancaster includes a large home health care department. Burns Pharmacy, 866 West Lancaster Boulevard. Burns Pharmacy, it's where the JetHawks go, and where you should go, too.
The Lancaster JetHawks are on the air.
Swinging a high fly ball, deep left field. Campos going back. He's at the wall. Breaking ball driven to left field, coming on his hair, and on the plate, out of bounds. Here comes Baja around third. The throw is not in time. The JetHawks have won it. Go to first in time, and the JetHawks are in the playoffs.
Exciting California League action with the future stars of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And the 1-2 swung on, ground ball to short. Pruitt is there. Fields throws to first, just in time to get Olin. Brandon Metters gets out of the jam.
JetHawks baseball is brought to you by Antelope Valley Christian School, the U.S. Coast Guard, the law firm of R. Rex Paris, Rexall, the City of Lancaster, and your new home for JetHawks baseball, KJUL 1380. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Lancaster JetHawks and Minor League Baseball Incorporated and is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, retransmission, or other use of the accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Lancaster JetHawks and Minor League Baseball Incorporated is prohibited. Now, let's get to the game.
Marlon Williams in at home plate and swings at the first pitch, lines it to Justin Turner at second base. And there is one out. We are underway. Third game of this four-game series. JetHawks and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Now it's Mike Thiessen, the left fielder. He'll be followed by Jaime Jones, who will play right field tonight, facing left-hander Jake Woods, 7-3 record, 4.07 ERA. Thiessen, right-handed hitter, 1 for his last 10, takes the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. After Jones, it'll be Kyle Nichols at first base. Then the designated hitter, Jake Garthwaite, will hit fifth. Sergio Santos, the shortstop, will hit in number 6 spot. Next pitch is outside, 2-0. Dan Uggla hits 7th and plays 3rd. Jason Gorman has started second base tonight, hits 8th, and Mike DeRosa, our guest on the pregame show, does the catching and bats 9. DeRosa skies one down the right side. That is well out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Not nearly the crowd tonight as they had here at the Epicenter last night for Randy Johnson on hand. Woods, hands overhead, and the lefty delivers. There's a fly ball hit into right center field. Espedo is over there. Now in a couple of steps, makes the two-handed grab. And Thiessen is the second out. Now Jaime Jones, the right fielder. Give you the Quakes defensively. Jason Espedo in right field, making that catch. Nick Kimpton in center. Mike Elward over in right field. Dallas McPherson at third base. Murphy at short. Turner at second. Zarius Corbeil at first. And Jeff Mathis behind the plate. Jaime Jones swings and foul tips the first pitch to the screen. 0-1. Jones, since coming off the disabled list, has either been red hot or ice cold. And right now he is the latter. Takes the next pitch inside, a fastball right under his hands. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jones just 2 for his last 20, has lowered his average to 294, 11 homers and 43 batted in. Here's the 1-1. Good fastball, but it missed the outside corner for ball 2. Woods, 3rd round selection in 2001. Out of Bakersfield Junior College. There's a fly ball hit to left field. Elward drifting over towards the line. Now reaches up with the glove hand and makes the catch. The JetHawks go in order. We've played a half, no score. It'll be the Quakes' turn right after this on KJUL 1380.
Put the Big Macs up, y'all. Come on. Come on. Somebody say, you all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. You all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Pickles, onions on the second seed bun. Pickles, onions on the second seed bun. Come on. You all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Pickles, onions on the second seed bun. Now when I say big, y'all say Mac. Big, Mac, big. Come on. As a matter of fact, to be exact, nothing means like a Big Mac.
Are you tired of going to the big-name drugstores only to be treated like a number and have them take 3 hours to fill your prescription? Well, it's time to break the big chain pharmacy runaround. Go to Burns Pharmacy in downtown Lancaster, located at 866 West Lancaster Boulevard. Burns is your full-service pharmacy with a large home health care department. Is there medicine you need and can't find? Well, call Burns. They do custom compounded prescriptions. Why should you go anywhere else? Burns Pharmacy, 866 West Lancaster Boulevard. When you need a solution to pests in and around your home, business, or in the landscape, call Care Pest Solutions. Experience and diversity enables Care Pest Solutions customers to make one call for all of their pest management needs. Why take on the task of pest control yourself when Care Pest Solutions can do it all for you? Mention you heard about us on the radio and receive a $20 discount towards your first service. Care Pest Solutions, the official pest management of the Lancaster JetHawks. Call 951-1843. Our most important service is yours.
This is Carlton Wells, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Time to check out the Quakes starting lineup for tonight's ball game as we go to the bottom of inning number 1. Tommy Murphy, the shortstop, will start it off, followed by Jason Espedo in right field. After that, Jeff Mathis, the catcher. Dallas McPherson in the cleanup spot at third base, followed by the designated hitter, Nick Gorno. Zarius Corbeil will hit 6th at first base. Mike Elward in left field batting 7th. Second baseman Justin Turner will hit 8th. And Nick Kimpton in center field. He will bat 9th, facing right-hander John Castellanos. 3-0 record, 4.62 ERA. His 5th start of the season. And the first pitch is a high fastball, swung on and foul, tipped, 0-1. Murphy, the switch hitter, in from the left side, hitting .288, 7 homers and 27 batted in. From the first base side of the rubber, Castellanos comes with another fastball that misses outside. 1-1. Castellanos picked up the win, 7 innings in relief against the Quakes on July 10th. Swinging a foul tip at home plate on the breaking ball. Count is 1-2. Matter of fact, all 3 of Castellanos' wins have come in his last 4 outings. Had no decisions whatsoever through the first half. No wins, no losses, no saves. 3 wins in 4 appearances in the second half. Another breaking ball down and in is bounced back to the screen. Remains 1-2 to Murphy. Former invitee to the Anaheim Angels big league camp and spring training. Open stance from the left side, and the pitch is fisted back to the screen. Remains the same, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Murphy's still thought of somewhat as a prospect. This is his second go-around in the California League. He played with the Quakes for 50 games in 2001. Hit just 190. Again, the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball under the glove of Castellanos. Near second is Gorman. The flip to first is too late. Gorman up and behind second. Tried to plant that back foot and throw off balance, which he did, but just couldn't get enough on the throw, and Murphy has an infield single. Now it's the right fielder, Jason Espito. He will also bat from the left side, a natural left-handed hitter. And Murphy, his lead away from first. Castellanos, a look over there. And the pitch is inside. Espito checks his swing and holds up. Murphy, over at first, does have 14 steals, but he's also been caught 9 times. Now the 1-0 pitch is popped up, left side of the infield. Ugla looking up. Now across the foul line into foul territory. He makes the catch. Right next to the infield cutout. That's the first out. Murphy back to first, and here's the catcher, Jeff Mathis.
Number 10, Jeff Mathis.
Now there's no kind of when discussing the prospect status of this guy. Mathis has done nothing but impress, not only last year in the Midwest League, but this year as well, as the cut fastball dives down and outside for ball 1. The pitch that Castellanos has developed and, I don't want to say perfected, but certainly good enough to use in a game and use effectively. That has gone a long way towards his recent success. Now a four-seam fastball is up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Not an overpowering guy. He's not going to get into the lower mid-90s. And was more or less an average pitcher until he started throwing that cut fastball. I realized guys were swinging and missing a lot, and worked out. Pitch is popped up back behind home plate. DeRosa, a look to the screen, but it's well out of play. Murphy taking off with that last pitch. Will have to go back, and the count is 2-1. So Bobby Meacham employing, or at least trying to, the hit and run in the early going. Well, he knows what his guys can or perhaps cannot do against Castellanos. Play for what you can get early. There's another foul off to the right side over the section of seats and out of play. 2-2 the count. Kind of a muggy Wednesday evening. On the bus from Lancaster earlier today, we had some rain on the windshield. Actually said they had some rain here earlier today, albeit for a brief time. Murphy was leaning as Castellanos threw over there, but it's too late. Murphy able to get the hand in there ahead of the tag by Nichols. Castellanos back on the slab, staring in, working from the first base side of the rubber. Murphy goes again. The 2-2 is fouled off the mask of DeRosa. So it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mathis, a couple of hits, including a double. Both of his hits against Randy Johnson in the ball game last night was 2 for 5 overall. Hitting .361 with 4 homers against JetHawks pitching this year. Murphy does not go as the next pitch misses outside. So it's full. That will probably get Murphy going with this next offering. As Mathis looks down to meet him in the third base coach's box. He's actually about 10 feet behind it. Well, Mathis back in there, open stance from the right side. DeRosa sets up outside as Castellanos throws to first again. This time Murphy back standing up. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Lancaster JetHawks and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Murphy is running. The pitch is skied to center field. Williams is drifting back. He's going to have plenty of room. Now in a couple of steps he makes the catch. Retreating back to first is Murphy, and there are 2 outs. I'll bring up Dallas McPherson, who I'm sure made a pretty strong impression on Randy Johnson last night when he took him deep for a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. McPherson has actually homered in each of the first 2 games of this series and now leads the Quakes ball club with 12 homers, 26 batting average, and 46 RBIs. The pitch is down and in, knocked down by DeRosa. Running is Murphy, and no throw down to second. That'll be scored a wild pitch. Murphy was going to hold up, but as soon as he saw the ball carry him away from DeRosa, not all that far, about 6 or 8 feet, but that was enough for the speedy Murphy to get himself into scoring position. 1-0 to McPherson. He's got 11 RBIs in his last 10 games, had 4 last night. Next pitch is a strike call in the inside corner. JetHawks wore the purple jerseys last night. They're back to the regular road black ones tonight. Gray pants, black socks, and the black hat. The pitch. Check swing. Pitch misses inside. 2-1 the count. Quakes wearing their home white unis, jerseys and pants. Blue stripe down the side of the pants. Quakes across the chest. And the dark blue hats with the black brims. 2-1 pitch. Swinging and a miss. McPherson bit out in front, and it's even at 2-2. Castellanos pulling the string on McPherson. Big, strong guy is McPherson. 6'4", 210. And he looks all of it. The pitch. Swinging a foul to the screen. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. JetHawks will play the left-handed hitter to pull. Williams in center field, shading the right center gap. Gorman at second base is 2 steps to the outfield grass. And the pitch is a fastball up and outside. Full count. Nick Gorno, the designated hitter, waits on deck. No score, bottom of the first inning. Castellanos peering in. Now brings the hands together. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is outside for ball 4. First walk of the ball game. And the Quakes with runners at first and second. And Nick Gorno will stand in. Run down the JetHawks defensive alignment. Mike Thiessen in left field with Marlon Williams in center. Jaime Jones over in right. Around the infield, at third, Ugla. Santos at short, Gorman at second, Nichols at first, and Mike DeRosa is behind the plate. The pitch. Off speed, strike called on the outside corner. Corno, an all-star, hit a home run in the all-star game. Average down a bit, currently at .314. 11 homers and 52 batted in. Next pitch, Castellanos comes inside and misses. 1-1. Average, I say, is down a bit because Corno just 4 for his last 21. Right-handed hitter crouched at the knees. The pitch is a cut fastball that misses outside. 2-1. 87 miles an hour on the radar gun from Castellanos. They have the display on the scoreboard in left center field. They also have a larger scoreboard in right center. High fastball, swing and a miss. That was about eye level, and it's even at 2-2. Castellanos trying to work out of the early jam here in the bottom of the first inning. Murphy away from second, and McPherson off of first. The 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul over the screen. So it remains that way as Castellanos gets a new baseball. Corno waits, slight movement of the bat, and now DeRosa up and out of the crouch. Don't think he and Castellanos were exactly on the same page, at least not initially. Now we're ready. The pitch. Breaking ball just off the inside corner, so it's a full count. That'll get both runners in motion. Murphy away from second and McPherson from first. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nick Gorno, hitting just .230 against JetHawks pitching this year. Castellanos whirls around, looks at second. Murphy retreats a couple of steps towards the second base bag. Out of the set, the pitch. Runners go. Fly ball hit the left center field. Out is Santos in Thiessen. Santos makes the over-the-shoulder catch, and the inning is over. Quakes threaten but do not score. They leave a pair, and after 1 inning of play, we have no score on KJUL 1380.
Looking for a new SUV? Summer's hottest deals are at your Toyota dealer right now. During Toyota's Summer Drive, get great deals on Toyota's entire lineup of SUVs. For the first time ever, get $1,000 factory cash back on the Sequoia SR5. That's right, $1,000 back on the powerful full-size Sequoia with room for 8. Or get $1,500 back on the all-new 4Runner, the 245-horsepower 4Runner. There's even $1,000 back or 1-9 financing on the smooth-riding Highlander or the fun-to-drive RAV4. Hurry, see your Toyota dealer today. 4Runner cashback offer on SR5 and sport models without APA, Z, or YU packages. Special APRs for qualified Tier 1 and Tier 2 credit customers only. Vehicles must be purchased or leased from dealer stock by midnight 8403. For details, call 1-888-MY-TOYOTA. Get the feeling. Toyota.
Jenna, will you take me to the airport? Sorry, I can't, but try calling AV Airport Express. They make 7 trips daily to LAX. There's no parking fees, no fuel costs, and curb-to-curb service. AV Airport Express is locally owned and operated with the best low-cost rates to LAX. You know, relax to lax. Oh, yeah. It's smarter to charter with Antelope Express, too. They've always got fun excursions for families, churches, and schools, and deluxe tour coaches for up to 58 passengers. Call them at 945-2LAX or log on to avairportexpress.com.
This is Scott Barber, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Each team without a run as we go to the second inning. Nichols, Garthwaite, and Santos, middle third of the JetHawks order to face Jake Woods. Woods is making his 4th start against the JetHawks this year. He did not pitch against Lancaster in the most recent series last week. Last time he faced Lancaster was on the 29th of May. Nichols in from the right side. And Woods delivers. First pitch is down and in for ball one. Got a no decision, did Woods, against Lancaster on the 29th of May in 5 innings of work. Also no decision in 6 innings on May 9th. Nichols pops one up. This will drift back behind home plate and out of play. The win for Woods against Lancaster on April 23rd. About 6 hits and 1 earned run in 7 innings. Ball game, the Quakes won 5-3. 2-1 now the count as Nichols takes inside. Average for Nick down to 304. The pitch. Swinging a rip to left field. That's down for a base hit. So Nichols, after going 0 for 4 last night, rips a solid single to left. That's the JetHawks' first hit of the ball game as well. Now the designated hitter, Jake Garthwaite, will step in.
As Jay starts out, Bill's discount at 4.5 price for the next 10 minutes at all concession
Garthwaite has had the average for the first time in a while dip below the 300 mark. He's at 299. 15 homers and 49 batted in. Had a base hit in 4 at-bats last night. Matter of fact, entire lineup in the last 2 games hasn't done much against Quakes pitching. Swinging and a miss. Challenged by Woods on the fastball, and the count is 0-1. Just 3 hits in the game on Monday. And last night, 9 hits for Lancaster, all of them singles. So entering this ball game, they were hitting just 185. 12 hits and 65 at-bats. They have 1 hit in 4 at-bats tonight. Here's the 0-1. Line drive, foul down the right side. So it's 0-2. Talking about Woods and what he has done against the JetHawks, but he's been pretty good against the rest of the league as well. He's thrown 2 complete games this season, 1 a complete game shutout. 0-2 is reached for and fouled away again, right side. Complete game shutout was against Lake Elsinore on the 24th of May. Game was actually played at the Diamond as 6-hitter. Then gave up 1 run on 7 hits against San Jose on June 14th. There's a drive into right center field. Espedo is cutting over. He will get there. Makes the one-handed grab. Nichols retreats to first. He's only about halfway to second, if that far. And there is 1 out for Sergio Santos.
Shortstop, number 12, Sergio Santos.
Santos had 3 hits last night. They were all singles and 4 at-bats. And the first hit snapped an 0 for 10 string for him. Woods kicks and delivers, and the fastball is at the knees for strike 1. Santos getting the average back up and over the 290 mark at 292. 8 home runs and 48 batted in. Just 19 years of age, very good size. The pitch. There's a foul, right side. And the count, 0-2. Santos listed 6'3", 190 pounds. I'm not so sure about that 190. He has filled out at least somewhat since being drafted last year. There's a high hopper to second. Turner's up with it. Makes the flip to Murphy for 1. On to first. Pulls Corbeil off the bag. He can't make the sweeping tag of Santos going by. But they do get the force on Nichols at second base. 4-6. 2 outs. And Dan Uglow will be the hitter.
Number 8, Dan Uglow.
Turner with the backhanded flip to Murphy at second. And with the burly Nichols barreling in, went skyward, and the throw was a bit off the mark. And trust me, if Kyle Nichols is barreling down on you, you want to get out of the way. Up the stretch, Woods to Ugla. First pitch is sky to center field. Kempton will lumber in. Now a couple of more steps, makes the two-handed grab. The inning is over. One hit for the JetHawks. They leave one. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score on KJUL 1380.
Coors Light presents Dear Coors Light, a continuing forum on the subject of cold. Today's letter is from a Mr. Chris Duffy of Atlanta, Georgia. Chris writes,
Dear Coors Light, my roommates and I have always wondered if we unplugged the refrigerator and stuck a frosty 12-pack of Coors Light in there, would the beer keep the pickles and mustard cool? Well, guess what? It does. We even found that on the odd occasion we have vegetables in the fridge, they stay crisper, longer. But most importantly, with Coors Light, we've noticed a big difference in our electric bill.
Well, Chris, we've always thought of Coors Light as an innovative beer. But what a delight to hear that it has spurred even further newfangled thinking. Yes, Chris, you're on to something. So how's this for a new slogan? Coors Light, cross-brewed refreshment and friend of the fridge. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Coors Light is frost-brewed to capture a cold, refreshing taste. Pick up Coors Light whenever you buy beer and tap the Rockies.
For more than 83 years, McMahon's Furniture Stores have been serving the West. At McMahon's, you'll find a store full of famous name brands. Lazy Boy, Berkline, Simmons, Serta, and Spring Air. RCA, Toshiba, Sharp, Pioneer, and JVC. Frigidaire and Maytag, all at guaranteed low prices. Even your satisfaction is guaranteed. Like it or return it within 30 days. Important reasons to make McMahon's your first stop for home furnishings. McMahon's Furniture Store, 10th Street West at Avenue K4 in Lancaster.
This is Matt Henry, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Home half of the second inning, and it's a somewhat overcast Wednesday evening. Partly cloudy skies. I don't know if it's cloud or smog, but anyway, there's something above us, and knocked the temperature down a little bit, but still some muggy conditions, but overall not bad for baseball. Here's Azarius Corbeil to start it off. He'll be followed by Mike Elward and Justin Turner, 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Corbeil, 2 for 6 in this series. Had a base hit and 2 at-bats last night, a single in the 5th inning against Randy Johnson. Left-handed hitter, taps the bat on top of home plate. Then Castellanos delivers. Strike called on the off-speed outside corner. 0-1. Corbeil with about a 7-game hitting streak going. Extended that with a hit in the game last night, as I mentioned. The pitch. Reached for, bounced to first. Nichols gets it on the second hop. Takes it to the bag himself, and that's the first out. 3 unassisted. And that brings up the left fielder, Mike Elward.
Left fielder, number 27, Mike Elward.
Elward with 2 hits last night has brought his average to an even 300. 8 homers, 38 batted in. And swinging a pretty good bat, 8 hits in his last 21 times to the plate over 5 games. The pitch. Swinging and a miss on the cut fastball, 0-1. Elward, spelled Eylward, trying to become one of those feel-good stories after being drafted in the 44th round of 2001. Hard ground ball, third base side, and foul. Right in front of Bobby Meacham. Count is 0-2. Castellanos back into the windup and the pitch. Outside corner, that's a called strike 3. Elward makes the walk back to the dugout as Castellanos gets his first strikeout. And here's the second baseman, Justin Turner.
Second baseman, number 9, Justin Turner.
Turner, a left-handed hitter. I think just 227 on the season. Tries to drop a bunt, but trickles it foul behind the home plate area. 0-1. Turner, a hit in the ball game last night. He is 1 for 5 in the series. Last year, Turner in Cedar Rapids, as were many of his teammates. The pitch. There's a rip to right field. Jones is there, now drifting back. He reaches up and makes the catch. Didn't have to move all that far to get it. And the Quakes go in order. 2 innings in the books. We have no score on KJUL 1380.
Discover the treasures of apartment living at Amargosa Creek, a community with a richly active lifestyle, perfectly manicured lawns surrounded by flowering foliage, and an excellent location, convenient to a variety of shopping centers and major thoroughfares. They offer washer and dryer connections in all homes, a 24-hour fitness facility, sparkling pool and spa, barbecue, picnic and playground picnic area, and an online rent payment option. Get more out of life by living at Amargosa Creek, where you're sure to find an apartment home of your very own to treasure. Call today, 945-5997 for Amargosa Creek Apartments.
There's nothing better than getting away from the daily stresses of life than by watching a JetHawks baseball game or hitting the road in a brand new Rexall motorhome. Did you know that Rexall builds 5 different brands of motorhomes right here in Lancaster? That's right. Rexall motorhomes have a wealth of features and loads of value. So if you're thinking about a new motorhome, be sure to check out the full line of products made right here at Rexall in Lancaster. When you're ready to buy a new Rexall, simply stop at La Mesa RV in Acton, located on the west side of Highway 14 off the Soledad Canyon exit. La Mesa RV has 7 locations in California and Arizona that sell and service every make of Rexall products. La Mesa's knowledgeable and caring sales team will help you find the Rexall that is just right for you. So make it a home run with the local team. Rexall, La Mesa RV, and the JetHawks.
Get CNN news updates all day long right here on your station for America's greatest music and Lancaster JetHawks baseball. KJUL 1380.
There's Jason Gorman to start the 3rd inning. DeRosa and Williams to follow. The JetHawks 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Gorman, all of a sudden, has turned into an RBI machine. He's got 7 in his last 4 ball games, although 5 of them came in just one of those games. Takes the first pitch, a fastball strike on the outside corner. Gorman also has a modest 4-game hitting streak going, has raised his average to 268. So hovering around the 270 mark, takes the fastball upstairs. 1-1 from Jake Woods. See that yesterday, Chad Godin, who was just promoted from Bakersfield up in Orlando, had a heck of a pitching performance last night. There's a broken bat, soft liner into left center field that will fall for a base hit. Jason Gorman picks up the JetHawks' 2nd hit of the night, extends his hitting streak to 5 games. 1 on with nobody out, and Mike DeRosa, our guest on the pregame show, will step in. Talking about Godin, last night with Orlando, through a 7-inning perfect game against the Jacksonville Suns. That's the Dodgers AA affiliate. First perfect game in the Southern League in almost 33 years. DeRosa hit the high fly ball to center field. Kempton is drifting back at the edge of the warning track. Now on the track, makes the catch. The D-Row gave it a ride, but Kempton tracked it down in deep center field. 1 down. Gorman back to first, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Marlon Williams.
Number 22, Marlon Williams.
Godin, incidentally, is still, at the moment, leading the California League in earned run average at 2.13. He only pitched 80 innings in the Cal League before his promotion. You need, as of today, 76 innings to qualify, so he will not stay in that lead for much longer. He will, in the next couple of days, no longer have enough innings to stay in that position. He will more than likely give way to Rancho's Irvin Santana. Chad Godin, a 2.13 ERA, and right now Santana, after his outing last night, at 2.53. The pitch is inside, backs up Williams, 1-0. Last perfect game in the Southern League was thrown by a fellow by the name of Charles Swanson on August the 14th, 1970. Where were you in 1970? for the one-0. A soft throw by Woods over to first. Gorman is back easily. So not a bad way to start your Double-A tenure. Chad Godin with the perfect game. Was just promoted on Sunday, so 3 days ago. There's a bunt, third base side, charging McPherson, tries to barehand, can't pick it up. No one's covering third as Gorman rounds second and holds up. But Williams reaches, and that will be ruled a base hit. So Williams with the bunt single, and the JetHawks have runners at first and second with one away.
Left fielder, number 4, Mike Thiessen.
Now Mike Thiessen. Flied to right his first time. Pretty amazing. Godin promoted on Sunday. Perfect game on Tuesday. The pitch, and Thiessen takes outside. I also had to laugh when reading the daily minor league highlights. They had a thing about Randy Johnson in there, and it reads that Randy Johnson was battered for 5 runs, which is true. Playing a tapper foul back behind home plate. And the count to Thiessen 1-1. You don't see too many guys battered for 5 runs. You might see a guy battered for 8 runs or 10 runs or 12 runs. 5 runs. Not exactly a battering. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Is in the dirt, scooped out nicely by Mathis. 2 balls and 1 strike. Speaking of other doings around the minor league, the AAA All-Star game going on right now. The International League and the Pacific Coast League. A couple of former JetHawks playing in that game, but neither one affiliated with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Termel Sledge and Anton French are playing in that game. French about ready to have his single season stolen base record with the JetHawks go by the wayside. The 2-1 pitch. There's a drive to right center field. Kimpton is over. He will get there to make the catch. Both runners will have to go back. The throw goes to first and well wide of the mark, but Corbeil able to run it down. Both runners retreat safely. Thiessen hit that ball hard, but he is out number 2.
Right fielder,
A couple of hard hit balls in this inning off of Woods, as Jaime Jones will be the hitter. Talking about Anton French, the record that he holds, that single season stolen base record. Marlon Williams, not that far from breaking it right now, as Jones takes the strike called on the outside corner. Williams currently with 36 steals. French in 1998 had 41. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 2 on the outside. So Jones down quickly. You'd think that had Williams not missed nearly a month of the season, that he would have broken that record quite a long time ago. Still in good shape to not only break it, but shatter it. Here's the 0-2. Fly ball hit to center field. Kimpton now drifting towards left center. On the run, makes the catch. And that'll do it. JetHawks get a couple of hits, but leave 2. After 2.5, we are still scoreless on KJUL 1380.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You can make a difference in the Coast Guard. Search and rescue, saving lives. You're answering the call. It's a job that matters, where you can do it all. Coast Guard, job that matters.
Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve. Save lives, stop drugs, protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Imagine what it feels like. You can do it all. Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
Call
Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
The Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center has just what you need for your next banquet or catered event. Their conference centers are some of the largest in the area, and their efficient and friendly staff is ready to help in planning your next event. Even if your gathering is off-site, the AV Inn's catering service provides a wide variety of top-quality selections. Stop by the AV Inn today on Sierra Highway between Avenues J and K, or call 948-4651 for the Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center.
This is Doug Slade, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
No score in our ball game on a Wednesday night. JetHawks and the Quakes as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Nick Kimpton, Tommy Murphy, and Jason Espito. 9-1-2 due up to face the right-hander John Castellanos, who's allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and has had 1 strikeout in his first 2 innings. Castellanos with an ERA entering the ball game a little over 4.5 at 4.62, but as a starter, 3.52, and that unfortunately does not include his 7-inning outing 6 days ago against the Quakes when he technically did pitch in relief. If you add that in, 10 earned runs in 30 innings, ERA barely over the 3 mark, right around 3. The pitch is fouled with the screen by Kimpton, 0-1. A couple of trades in big leagues today. The one regarding Armando Benitez finally went through and was in fact traded to the Yankees today, as the pitch is a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kimpton, .234 average, a homer and 12 batted in. Next pitch is ripped to center field. Cutting over is Williams. Now, in his tracks, he makes the catch, and there is 1 away. Brings up the shortstop, Tommy Murphy. 3 minor leaguers in exchange for Benitez today. The Yankees will, by the way, pick up the nearly $3 million remaining on his salary. In exchange, the Mets received Jason Anderson, as there's a bunt attempt by Murphy, but it's fouled at home plate. Anderson had spent some time in the big leagues, 22 appearances, 1-0 record, 4.79 ERA. Also a couple of players down in the lower levels of the minor leagues. Anderson Garcia and Ryan Bicondoa. Breaking ball is outside, 1-1. Murphy, a single in the first inning. Anderson and Garcia were both in the top 30 prospects for the Yankees. There's a pop-up down the right field line into foul territory. Is the second baseman Gorman, and he makes the catch. 2 away as Murphy fouls out. Well, he hit that ball way up there, and not the easiest thing in the world to see. Lights are on, but still a bit of light in the sky, so you're looking for a ball that may have been up above the lights in a rather dark background, but Gorman stayed with it. Now Jason Espito, and he looks at a fastball up high. So Benitez will now set up for Mariano Rivera. Not a bad tandem there. Up high again from Castellanos, 2-0. Although I'm sure some of the Mets fans will make the trek over to Yankee Stadium just to boo Benitez. Next pitch is popped up, but out of play along the left side. Benitez this year was 3-3, 21 saves and a 3.10 ERA, but he had also blown 7 saves. Here's the 2-1. Bounce to the right side. Nichols plays it back for the second hop. Will make the overhand flip to Castellanos, covering the bag, and for the second consecutive inning. John Castellanos has retired the side in order. 3 complete. We are scoreless on KJUL 1380.
In an ongoing effort to serve our community, Chief & Sons Ford from time to time will answer other questions that do not pertain to cars and trucks. Now, for instance, if by chance one is stopped for a traffic violation, here are some answers you could possibly hear from the officers. So you don't know how fast you were going, huh? Well, I guess I can write anything I want to on that ticket, huh? Warning? You want a warning? Okay, I'll warn you that if you do that again, I'm going to write you another ticket. Yes, we do have quotas. And guess what? 2 more tickets and my wife gets a brand new toaster. Or no, sir, we don't have quotas anymore. Now we can write as many tickets as we want. Well, now that you've got the answers, don't ask the questions. However, if you've got a question about buying a new Ford car, truck, or van, you'll get the answer you want to hear at Keep & Sons Ford on the Sierra Highway in Mojave and Rosamond. Keep & Sons Ford. You got questions, we got answers. Keep & Sons. If we don't see you today, we'll be here tomorrow.
Put them Big Macs up, y'all. Come on. Come on. Somebody say, 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Pickles, onions on the second seed bun. Pickles, onions on the second seed bun. Come on. 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Pickles, onions on the second seed bun. Now when I say big, y'all say Mac. Big Mac. Big Mac. As a matter of fact, to be exact, nothing means like a Big Mac.
This is Jason Bolger, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Good job, guys.
3 in the books, no score. JetHawks and the Quakes on a Wednesday evening. Here in the top of the 4th, Nichols, Garthwaite, and Santos to face Jake Woods. Woods has allowed 3 hits, no walks, no strikeouts, and most importantly for him, no runs. Nichols, with one of those 3 hits, a solid single to left to start the second inning. And that, ironically enough, was the first hit for Nichols in this series. Had been 0 for 7 before that. The pitch is outside, a fastball from Woods, 1-0. Nichols in a home run drought right now. He has gone 20 games, including his first at-bat tonight, 80 at-bats without a home run. As he pops one up into shallow center, Kimpton coming on, Murphy's out, but Kimpton will get underneath it and make the catch. 1 down. And that is already the 5th time that the JetHawks have flown out to Kimpton in center field. Now Jake Garthwaite, who flat out to right in the second inning. And the 8th time the JetHawks have flied out in the ball game as a team in just 3 1/3 innings. Woods looking over the top of his glove, kicks and delivers. Garthwaite swings and misses at a breaking ball in the dirt. That's the curve from Woods, which is considered a plus curve in the scouting circles. Average changeup and a fastball anywhere from 87 to 92 miles an hour that runs and sinks. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball is chased and missed again over the outside corner. Quickly, 0-2. Another trade made today. This one an even swap. The Minnesota Twins sending Bobby Kilty to Toronto for Shannon Stewart. You might say, well, why in the heck did they do that? Well, there's a reason. More for the Blue Jays end of it, as Woods misses outside. 1-2. Main reason is that Shannon Stewart makes $6.2 million this season, and Bobby Kilty makes $325,000. 1-2 pitch is inside, backs up Garthwaite. 2-2. Twins also have a multitude of outfielders, but feel a little more comfortable with the everyday Stewart than a platoon situation. Another curveball bends around the outside corner, and the count is full at 3-2. Garthwaite awaits the payoff. Here it is. Fastball is fouled away right side. You might also say, well, why in the heck would Toronto want to get rid of Stewart? I mean, they're not out of it yet. The fastball is outside, and that's ball 4. So Woods loses Garthwaite after getting ahead 0-2, and that will get the pitching coach, Zeke Zimmerman, out of the dugout.
Shortstop, number 12.
Well, the Blue Jays are still in that mode. J.P. Ricciardi, the new general manager, trying to pare down that salary somewhat, and Stewart is somewhat expendable, or I should say now was, from a Blue Jays standpoint, because of the emergence of Vernon Wells, who drove in 100 runs last year. You, of course, have Carlos Delgado, who has 97 RBIs at the All-Star break, and also last year's Rookie of the Year, Eric Hinsky, who was acquired from the A's. It's one of the first things that J.P. Ricciardi did when he got the Blue Jays GM job, was go back to the A's, the previous organization he had worked for, and picked up Hinsky, who had a pretty good season the year before in AAA with Sacramento. Zimmerman back to the dugout. Sergio Santos at home plate, and Woods castling over to first, chasing Garthwaite back. Santos reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. Pause in the pitch. Is driven to center field. Drifting over is Kempton's got plenty of room. Now in a couple of steps he makes the catch. Garthwaite bluffs the tag from first as Kempton hustles to throw back to the infield. Garthwaite retreats, and there are 2 outs. Another fly out to center. The last 4 outs the JetHawks have made have been in the air to center field. Check that, the last 5 outs. Check that, the last 6 outs. Going all the way back to the second inning. Now the JetHawks trying to wear out Kempton, and thus far they've been unsuccessful. Now Dan Uggla drops a bunt on the third base line. It's a good one. They're going to let it roll, and finally McPherson picks it up right before it was about to hit the third base bag. Uggla caught everybody napping, has a bunt single, the second bunt hit for the JetHawks in the ballgame. Oftentimes you see balls that are bunted in that dirt trail from third to home, and they will have a tendency to curl foul, but that one stayed on a straight and narrow path right towards the third base bag. Runners at first and second with 2 away, and Jason Gorman will step in. Gorman had a single his first time. The pitch. Curveball, strike called on the outside corner. So 2 trades today. And I'm sure we'll have plenty more up until July 31st. Here's the 0-1. That's too far outside. The fastball from Wood. Gorman now 6 hits in his last 13 at-bats. Not bad for a guy who was brought in initially as just a body for a vacant roster spot. Next pitch is outside, 2-1. DeRosa is next for the JetHawks. As Gorman has himself a hitter's count at 2-1. Garthwaite at second. Uggla, who dropped the bunt just a moment ago, is at first. The 2-1. Swinging and a miss. That was down around the shoot tops. And it's even. JetHawks have left 3 men on base in the first 3 innings, including 2 in the third. Trying to avoid that here in the 4th inning. Woods checks second, delivers. Ground ball near second. Turner picks it up, underhands to Murphy, who beats Uggla to the bag, and the inning is over. JetHawks do leave 2 and do not score. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 0-0 on KJUL 1380.
Baseball season is in full swing. The sun is out, the days are longer, and it's time to play ball. For many of us, this also means it's time to clean up our cars, change the oil and filter, and get ready for a busy summer on the go. When you change the oil in your vehicles, remember to recycle the used oil and filters. Recycling is the only safe way to keep oil away from our streams, rivers, lakes, oceans, and recreation areas. Besides, recycling is easy. Just call 1-800-CLEANUP for the address of the service station, Quick Lube, or a household hazardous waste collection center. The friendly staff at these centers will take your oil for free. So go on, finish that cleanup job the right way. Then come watch the JetHawks clean up on the baseball diamonds. The California Integrated Waste Management Board wants to thank you for all your recycling efforts. There's a reason why we're not called the pretty good pages, or the mostly helpful pages, or even the somewhat useful pages. It's because we're the Verizon Super Pages, with more comprehensive listings and more useful features than any other directories. And we're the directory found in more homes than any other single directory. You can even find us online, or on a handheld wireless device at superpages.com. See for yourself how we got our name. Super Pages and superpages.com. Better pages for better decisions.
You can hear Lancaster JetHawks baseball on the World Wide Web at jethawks.com or KJUL1380.com. Audio streaming provided by QNet, exceeding your expectations.
They're feeling it.
Home half of the fourth inning, still no score.
All right, you guys, take the line.
4 hits for Lancaster, just 1 hit for Rancho through 3 innings. Neither team has committed an error. Mathis, McPherson, Gorno, 3, 4, and 5 for Rancho to face John Castellanos, who has retired the last 7 he has faced, going back to the first inning. So to this point, the Quakes have not had much success in solving Castellanos, at least recently. He also pitched against the Quakes in relief earlier this season, once in April and once in May, was touched for 2 earned runs each time. There's a strike called on the outside corner to Mathis, 0-1. Mathis flied out to center field in the first inning. And the 0-1 backs up Mathis, a fastball. That misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Castellanos right back. High chopper towards second. Corman gets it on the second hop. Makes the strong throw to first. And that's the first out. 4-3. And here's Dallas McPherson, the third baseman.
Number 2, the third baseman.
Told you earlier I saw a headline that said Randy Johnson was battered. There's one on ESPN that says he was rocked. So he was battered and rocked. Apparently it's big news when a guy like that comes down here. There's a rip down the right field line. It is hooking and foul. Hit off the wall, but wide of the foul pole down the right field line. McPherson making another bid for his 3rd home run in his many nights. He's hit 4 home runs against JetHawks pitching this year. What's also impressive is that he has, against Lancaster, walked now 11 times and struck out 6. As he hits a high fly ball to right field, Jones is back, and that is gone. Well, McPherson might have failed on that last one, but this time a no-doubter to right center field, just to the right of the scoreboard. That's home run number 13 for him on the season. And the Quakes have a 1-0 lead. Somebody in the stands just won $150. Now Nick Gorno swings and misses at the first pitch. Down and away. 0-1. So McPherson has 5 home runs now against JetHawks pitching. The 0-1. Check swing, and it's a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. 6th home run that Castellanos has allowed this season. Breaking ball misses down and away. Gorno, a check swing, is able to hold up. Castellanos to stare in, and the 1-2. Cut fastball misses outside. McPherson, 3 home runs in the series. 5 for 7 in this series. JetHawks have not figured him out. Castellanos pulls the string, and Gorno swings and misses for strike 3. That's the second out, as Castellanos gets his second strikeout of the ballgame. Base is empty for Azarius Corbeil, the first baseman. Corbeil grounded to his counterpart, Kyle Nichols, in the second inning, so he is 0 for 1. Now 2 for 7 in the series. The pitch is popped up, drifting back into shallow left center is Santos. He will give way to Thiessen, who comes on to make the catch. And the bottom of the 4th is complete. But Dallas McPherson gives the Quakes the 1-0 lead with his 13th home run of the season. 1-0 Quakes as we head to the 5th on KJUL 1380.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
How do you make your get-together more fun? Just ask Farmer John.
In my family, nothing's more fun than great-tasting food. And nothing tastes better than a good, honest Farmer John hot dog. Our wieners and beef franks are made from only the finest pork and beef. Nothing added to spoil their smoked, rich Western flavor. And they're great in all your favorite recipes. So if you're looking for fun, remember, it's not a party without Farmer John.
Southern California's favorite for over 70 years because
nothing makes a meal like Farmer John.
This is Billy Biggs, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
JetHawks find themselves trailing 1-0 as we go to the 5th inning on the home run by McPherson, his 3rd of the series. In the 5th, Mike DeRosa will lead it off. Then the top of the order, Marlon Williams and Mike Thiessen. DeRosa stepping up for the second time. He fly to center field in the 3rd inning.
Catcher, number 7, Mike DeRosa.
Woods has allowed 4 hits in his 4 innings. They've all been singles. Hands overhead, the pitch. Slow curve at the knees for strike 1. JetHawks have had at least one man on in each of the last 3 innings. As a matter of fact, in those last 3 innings, they've left 5 men on the bases. Another curveball nips off the outside corner, and it's 0-2. So Woods now coming with more curveballs as he goes through the order his second time. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball is up high. That letter high to DeRosa, who stayed away from it. Zero back in there. And he waits. Woods delivers. Swing and a miss. Off speed, away from him. And that is strike 3. Woods gets his first strikeout of the ball game. And now the top of the order for Marlon Williams.
Center fielder, number 22, Marlon Williams.
Thought on DeRosa, always nice to talk to him on the pregame show. You know, his father listens back home in the East Coast as Williams shells bunt and takes inside for ball one. And we were talking about that before the ball game. DeRosa told me that his father listened to the entire 17-inning game that we played a couple of weeks ago. There's a line drive right past Woods and into center field as Williams picks up his second hit. He is 2 for 3 after going 0 for his first 9 in the series, including his first at-bat tonight. Now Mike Thiessen, hitless in 2 at-bats. JetHawks playing a 17-inning game on the 19th of June against Lake Elsinore, actually into the 20th of June. And DeRosa was telling me that his father listened to the entire game, which ended at something like 3:30 Eastern time in the morning. There's a courtesy throw over to first. Williams back standing up. And so I asked DeRosa again. I said, "You're sure your father listened to the entire ball game?" He says, "Yes." I said, "Is your father okay?" Now the pitch home is a semi-pitch out, but Williams instead was heading back to the bag. 1 ball and no strikes. Of course, meaning, why in the heck would he spend 5.5 hours late into the night and to the early morning listening to yours truly? But he did, and I thank him for that. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner, and the count is even at 1-1. So I guess as long as I know that Mr. DeRosa is out there, that I cannot say that nobody's listening, because I can pretty much assume that he is. Before the 1-1, a throw over to first. Again, Williams back standing up. Williams 36 steals this year. He's only been caught 5 times. Lengthens out that lead again. Corbeil holds him on. He's running. Pitch is high and outside. The throw to second is to the right field side and late. Williams in there with a head first slide. That's stolen base number 37 on the season. Mathis, a pretty good throw, but it sailed on him a bit to the right field side of the bag, and Turner had to reach back across his body to get to that ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Thiessen. Williams away from second. Turner cheating in, now backs away as the curveball is high and outside. 3-1. So Thiessen put his hitting shoes on. 3-1. Has flied out twice thus far in the ball game. The pitch. Swinging a drive to left center field. Long run for Elward. Kimpton's also over there. It will be Elward to make the catch. Williams is tagging. He will go to third. Beats the throw. Thiessen flies out for the 3rd time in the ball game. But the JetHawks have a runner at third for the first time tonight. 2 away for Jaime Jones, the right fielder.
Jaime Jones.
Jones has also flied out twice to left field in the first and to center field in the third. Woods continues to work from his stretch. Is back to third, and the curveball paints the inside corner for strike 1. Jones now 1 for 9 in the series. Matter of fact, no JetHawk has more than 3 hits in the series. Jones picks up a hit as he rips one into the right center gap. That will get past Espito and go all the way to the wall. Williams scores easily. Jones cruises into second with a double, and we're tied. So Jones got a pitch that was up and ripped it into the right center gap. 1-1 is our score as the JetHawks get their first extra base hit since Monday. Matter of fact, that is only their second extra base hit of the series. The only other one, Dan Uglum, in the fourth inning on Monday with a double. Here's Kyle Nichols, 1 for 2. The pitch is pulled on the ground to third. McPherson's up with it. Will instead tag Jones, running right towards him, and the inning is over. So Jones cut down on the bases, but the JetHawks get a run on Jaime Jones's RBI double. We're halfway through it. 1-1 is our score, going to the bottom of the fifth on KJUL 1380.
Baseball season is here, and the JetHawks are back in action at the hangar. Check out the future stars of the Arizona Diamondbacks and join in on these upcoming promotions.
Saturday, July 19th is T-shirt night for the first 1,500 fans. Sponsored by Dr. Tim Buckley, orthodontist. On Sunday, July 20th, get a free general admission ticket, redeemed with 1 recyclable can.
For more information on these events or for tickets, call the JetHawks at 726-5400 or go online at jethawks.com. It's Lancaster JetHawks baseball.
Good news, JetHawks fans. First City Credit Union is now open to everyone in the Antelope Valley. That means you and your family and friends can enjoy the benefits of belonging to a credit union, including great loan and saving rates, cost-free checking, and friendly personalized service. Mortgages and home equity lines, too. To open your account, visit their branch at the corner of Avenue J and Lowtree or call 1-800-944-2200. Ask how you can lower your payments by refinancing your car loan at First City. That's 1-800-944-2200. First City Credit Union, providing quality service since 1937. Deposits federally insured.
The Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center has just what you need for your next banquet or catered event. Their conference centers are some of the largest in the area, and their efficient and friendly staff is ready to help in planning your next event. Even if your gathering is off-site, the AV Inn's catering service provides a wide variety of top-quality selections. Stop by the AV Inn today on Sierra Highway between Avenues J and K, or call 948-4651 for the Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center.
This is Eric Maha, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Now the JetHawks, the deficit was short-lived as they answered back with a run in the top of the fifth inning. 1-1 our score. And in the bottom of the fifth, the bottom third of the Quakes order, Elward, Turner, and Kempton. 1-6-0 for Lancaster, 1-2-0 for Rancho. Elward, his second at bat, was called out on strikes in the second. Takes the first pitch high for ball one. Castellanos comes back, swinging and a miss by Elward on the changeup that was off the outside corner. See that Minnie Minoso today became the first player to play professional baseball in 7 decades. The 1-1 is up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Minoso suited up tonight for the St. Paul Saints in the Independent Northern League. Next pitch, fastball down and away, chased and foul tip, 2-2. Minoso, now 77 years old. Spent several years in the old Negro Leagues. Got into what we now know as pro ball in 1948. There's a swing and a high foul down the left side, curling out of play. Minoso then played 16 years in the major leagues. That ended in 1964. Also came back with the White Sox in 1976 and again in 1980. Swinging a foul off the end of Elward's bat, bouncing to the screen. Remains 2-2. And also 8 at bats in 1976, 2 in 1980, but not going to let him bat back into the big leagues to extend that anymore. 2-2 is bounced foul into the Quakes dugout. Minoso also played for St. Paul in 1993. And now the only player to play in 7 decades. He was 10 years ago the only player to play in 6 decades. Now fastball is down and outside. And the count runs full. Nobody on, nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning, a 1-1 ball game. Howard waits. Castellanos kicks and delivers. Swinging another foul. Out of play right side. All the independent leagues will thrive on any type of promotion they can get, and Minnie Minoso wanted to suit up, so the Saints let them do it. There's a drive, hit to center field. Williams is drifting back, now cutting over towards left center, shy of the warning track. He makes the catch. So Willward fouled several pitches away, ran the count full before flying out to deep left center field. One out. And here's the second baseman, Justin Turner.
Number 9, Justin Turner.
Minoso, by the way, currently works in the White Sox Community Relations Department. Pitch to Turner is down and in for ball one. By the way, tonight Minoso walked in his one at bat as the designated hitter. One hop smash, glove to the side by Nichols. He spins underhands to Castellanos, and Turner is out number 2. Nice play down the first baseline by Kyle Nichols. 2 down, base is empty, and Nick Kimpton will step in.
Center fielder, number 14, Nick Kimpton.
Castellanos has now retired 12 of the last 13 hitters that he has faced. The only blemish was the home run by McPherson in the 4th inning. Kimpton flied to center field in the 3rd, his only previous at bat tonight. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Kind of a weak swing by Kimpton, 0-1. Castellanos right back. Swing and a miss again. And 0-2. Another similar swing to the one prior for Kimpton, who has had the average suffer somewhat of late, and at 234 entering the ballgame. Hugler will back up a couple of steps at 3rd. And the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball is outside. Good pitch from Castellanos. Not all that far from the corner. Kimpton able to lay off it. 1-2 pitch. Roll to the right side. Gorman is there. He scoops it up, makes the flip to Nichols, and it's an easy inning for Castellanos as he retires the side in order for the 3rd time tonight. Through 5 innings, JetHawks won and the Quakes won on KJUL 1380.
Look at Big Macs up, y'all! Come on! Come on! Somebody say, you all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Come on, beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Pickles, onions on the second seat, fun. Pickles, onions on the second seat, fun. Come on, you all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Pickles, onions on the second seat, fun. Now when I say big, y'all say Mac. Big Mac, big. Come on, as a matter of fact, to be exact, nothing eats like a Big Mac.
It's time to get that smile you've always wanted, and Dr. Tire can help. Dr. Tire Orthodontics offers top-quality treatment for children and adults in a comforting environment. You can choose from traditional or tooth-colored braces, or the new Invisalign technology, the braceless way to a perfect smile. Dr. Tire's staff has an average of 10 years experience in the orthodontic field and are all licensed registered dental assistants. Stop by today at 1629 West Avenue J, Suite 108, or call for an appointment, 949-2290. Dr. Tire Orthodontics, for the perfect smile.
Part of playing good this summer is looking good. And if your softball or baseball uniforms leave something to be desired, it's time to see Team Sports Locker with their custom silk screening, quality uniforms, and accessories. Team Sports Locker fits you from head to toe. Right now, jump on the pant, belt, and sock special, just $16.99 for youth sports. Or mention you heard this ad, you'll save 15% on everything in the store. Call 949-7339 or stop by Team Sports Locker on 10th Street West, just north of Avenue M. And play ball!
You can hear Lancaster JetHawks baseball on the World Wide Web at jethawks.com or KJUL1380.com. Audio streaming provided by QNet, the Antelope Valley's leading internet service provider.
Here in the 6th, Jake Garthwaite will lead it off. A 1-1 ball game. Garthwaite, Santos, and Ugla 5, 6, and 7 to face Jake Woods in a good ball game. 8 total hits. Castellanos and Woods locked up in a pretty good battle. Garthwaite has line to right and walked so far. The pitch. Garthwaite shows bunt and takes the strike on the outside corner. Garthwaite now steps away and takes a couple of practice swings before getting back in there. Woods on top of the rubber weights now breaks his hands momentarily. And back to the windup. The pitch is bounced to the left side. Gloved on the short hop by McPherson. He spins, throws wide of first. And Corbeil off the bag tried to get the sweeping tag going by. Garthwaite, the slide, able to get the hand in there. And he is safe at first base. McPherson, a nice job to get that ball on the short hop, but his throw pulled Corbeil off the bag. And wait and see how they score that for Garthwaite. I think McPherson would have beaten Garthwaite with his throw to the bag had the throw been accurate. So no error has been flashed up on the board as of yet, but that's probably what will happen. Now Sergio Santos. Hitless in 2 at-bats. Fielder's choice in the second. And fly to center in the 4th. And they do now flash up the error. First one of the ball game. Now Santos drops a bunt, third base side. Out is Mathis. He barehand spins, throws well over first base and down the line and out of play. Threw it into the picnic area. Gives Santos the sacrifice. An error will be charged to Mathis. That throw was headed to the 15 freeway. Santos will go to second, and Garthwaite awarded third as the ball was thrown out of play. So the JetHawks get something going. Second and third, nobody out. 2 errors in the inning. Here's the third baseman, Dan Ugla. Boy, that throw wasn't even close. It was at least 5 or 6 feet over Corbeil's head. Breaking ball to Ugla, misses down and in for ball 1. Lancaster an opportunity to take their first lead of the night. Ugla, single in 2 at-bats, came back in the 4th. The pitch. Another curve is inside, 2-0. I know Mathis had to hurry, but my goodness. Perhaps a play that he can learn from, that in the future he may just want to go ahead and hold on to that ball. Swinging and a miss by Ugla on the outside fastball, and it's 2-1. Quakes on the season now with 113 errors. They were 4th in the league in fewest errors as the breaking ball is outside. 3-1. Ugla can look for something to drive here. Jason Gorman waiting on deck. Garthwaite at third, Santos at second. Nobody out. We are in the 6th, a 1-1 ball game. Woods staring in. Hands to the chest and the pitch. High and outside. The bases are loaded. Woods issues his second walk. And Mathis will now go out to the mound and talk with the left-hander. Serious threat here as Jason Gorman digs in from the right side.
Number 26, Jason Gorman.
Woods is in trouble, but obviously not all his fault with the 2 errors being made. Gorman, a single and 2 tries. Woods still from the stretch with the bases full. Gorman swings, pops one up, foul territory, first base side. Corbeil along the railing, and it's back and out of play. 0-1. Gorman, albeit in limited plate appearances this year, with runners in scoring position, hitting .267, but is 0 for 4 with the bases loaded. The 0-1 curveball is low. Might have clipped the outside corner, but below the knees. 1-1. Gorman, including his 2 at-bats tonight, has 43 since joining the club out of extended spring training. 1-1 pitch. Fastball foul to the screen. Woods gets ahead. But Gorman, not a bad RBI total, 10 in 43 at-bats. Although, as I mentioned earlier, 5 of those in one ball game. Gorman cocks the bat back, and the pitch. Bounce towards short, could be 2. Murphy scoops it, goes to Turner for 1, on to first. They turn the double play. Garthwaite comes in to score, and the JetHawks take a 2-1 lead. Santos to third, but Ugla erased at second, and Gorman grounding into the 6-4-3 twin killing.
Catcher, number 7, Mike DeRosa.
So bittersweet for Gorman, as he does get 1 run home. The JetHawks lead for the first time tonight. And with Santos at third, here's the catcher, Mike DeRosa. Woods delivers, and DeRosa turns the shoulder in, takes the fastball inside. So the errors do ultimately hurt the Quakes in this inning, as the 1-0 is outside, a fastball. That run will be unearned. And if Santos scores, that run would be unearned as well. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a fly ball into shallow center. Kempton comes on, will not get there. That's a base hit. Santos will score, and it's a 3-1 lead for the JetHawks. DeRosa didn't hit the ball particularly hard, but placement was key. He picks up his 21st RBI.
Center fielder, number 22, Marlon Williams.
2 down with a runner at first now for the top of the order, and Marlon Williams. Williams scored the JetHawks' first run 1 inning ago. Woods delivers, and Williams fouls one back behind home plate off the screen. Williams with 2 hits in the ball game tonight has also stolen a base, his 37th of the year. The pitch. Bounding ball towards short. Murphy charges. He will take it to the bag himself, getting the force on DeRosa. Inning is over, but the JetHawks get 2 runs on 1 hit. They took advantage of 2 Quakes errors, and after 5.5, the JetHawks have a lead for the first time tonight. It's 3-1 on KJUL 1380.
Whoever your sports heroes are, from local stars to national icons, they're yours for the keeping with Upper Deck Collectible. Upper Deck trading cards give you a front row seat to the best action in town. The biggest stars in baseball, basketball, football, hockey, and golf are captured in their finest moments, and just for you in a timeless collectible. Upper Deck brings you closer by putting authentic player autographs on cards and even real pieces of equipment used and worn by players on their field of battle. It's a blend of authentic trading cards and the unforgettable brush with your heroes. Upper Deck, where sports fans own the moment.
I just can't believe it. The fire, it all happened so fast.
Are you okay? Do you need a place to stay?
All those memories.
The hotel is all set and your rental car is on its way.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's going to be all right.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
An equal housing opportunity insurer.
For insurance and financial planning, call local Farmers agent Steve Taylor at 942-6685.
Listen up, baseball fans. Where can you go to get a quality oil change done by service professionals at a great price and get a voucher good for 2 free tickets to a Lancaster JetHawks game? Goodyear, that's where. All season long, Goodyear dealers are offering offering 2 free tickets to see the JetHawks play, just for getting that oil change you need anyway. With tires as low as $18, quality brands like Goodyear and Dunlap, and complete automotive service, it's no wonder your Goodyear dealer is the place to go for all your automotive needs. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for the dealer near you.
This is Jay Garthwaite, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
JetHawks take advantage of a couple of errors and take the lead at 3-1. Now to the home half of the 6th inning. John Castellanos has allowed just 2 hits and 1 run. He's retired 13 of the last 14 he has faced, going all the way back to the 1st inning. Top of the order to face him, Murphy, Espedo, and Mathis. Murphy led off the bottom of the 1st inning with a single. The only other hit was the home run by McPherson in the 4th. Ugla in a couple of steps at 3rd as Castellanos delivers and misses inside for ball 1. Both runs in the top half of the 6th unearned as the next pitch misses high. 2-0. Back-to-back errors, one by McPherson and one by Mathis, setting the table for the JetHawks in the top half of the 6th. And the pitch is fouled back. 2-1. Murphy now 3 for 11 in the series. Has 27 hits against the JetHawks this year. Next pitch is high and outside. 3-1. Castellanos swipes at the dirt in front of the rubber. And the pitch. Hard ground ball foul past the first base bag. Bojo Morris, the base umpire, right down the first base line. Another man in blue, Steve Fritz, calling the balls and strikes. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball is up high, pops out of DeRosa's glove. But it's ball 4, and Castellanos issues a walk for the first time tonight. Now Jason Espedo, who is fouled to 3rd and grounded to 1st. We'll wait for a moment as DeRosa goes out to the mound to talk with his pitcher. Asked DeRosa about that in the pregame show. Said, what you and Randy talk about? And said, well, didn't really talk a whole lot. And he also said there wasn't a whole lot to talk about. It's not like DeRosa was going to go out there like he does with his pitchers here at this level. There's a fly ball, well hit to deep center field. Williams is drifting back, now turns at the warning track and makes the catch. Murphy was all the way around 2nd. Here's the relay throw back to 1st, too late. Murphy's in there with a slide, but he almost got doubled up. Espedo, well hit ball, but it died in deep right center field. Williams running it down right on the edge of the warning track. That's the first out. And here's the catcher, Jeff Mathis. One thing that Castellanos has done, especially on the road, is get a lot of fly ball outs. It's not as easy to hit a ball out of this ballpark as it is in Lancaster, obviously. Pitch to Mathis is a breaking ball down and outside. Mathis hitless in 2 at-bats, including a fly out in the 1st inning. As of right now, Castellanos is fine with it with a 3-1 lead. Next pitch is skied to center field. Speaking of fly out, drifting in is Williams. He makes the catch. Murphy halfway, retreats to 1st. 2 away. Murphy still at first base, and here's Dallas McPherson, the third baseman.
Third baseman, number 8, Dallas McPherson.
McPherson, the reason why the Quakes are on the scoreboard, his 13th home run in the 4th inning. And that like the previous two he has hit in this series. Not cheapies. There's a strike on the outside corner to McPherson, 0-1. Monday night, McPherson took Scott Barber over the scoreboard in right center. Then took Randy Johnson almost to dead center field last night. Another fastball misses the outside corner, 1-1. Castellanos comes set. Next pitch is popped up foul, out of play, left side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Castellanos perhaps has learned his lesson with McPherson, staying away from him with each of the first 3 pitches in this at bat. And with left-handed hitters, you don't want to come into them, especially down and in. There's a hard ground ball, base hit into the hole between first and second. Rounding second is Murphy. The throw all the way to third, too late. Murphy's in there with a slide. McPherson got a pitch that was on the inner half of the plate, hit it hard. Fortunately for the JetHawks, he hit it on the ground. Just a single, first and third with 2 away.
Designated hitter, number 22, Nick Gorno.
Brings up Nick Gorno, the designated hitter. Gorno hitless his first 2 times. Pops to short and a strikeout. Castellanos trying to work out of the jam. Looks at third. From the stretch delivers. And Gorno swings and misses on the cutter off the outside corner. A couple other Cal League scores. Bottom of the 8th, Visalia leading High Desert 4-2. And they're in the 7th in San Jose. The Storm ahead of the Giants 3-2. Here it's 3-1 JetHawks in the bottom of the 6th. Swinging a foul tip. Another pitch off the outside corner. Quickly 0-2. Gorno going after a couple of pitches that are more than likely out of the strike zone. McPherson away from first. Murphy down the line at third. Now the third to first move. Nobody's budging on that. Both runners retreating to their respective bases. Fans making a little noise for the first time tonight. And the pitch. Outside a fastball. That misses. Gorno stays away from it this time. 1-2. Hitting a walk here in the 6th inning. In the 1-2. Check swing. Pitch was outside and on appeal. Gorno is able to hold up. 2-2. Well, just like McPherson in the previous at bat, here to Gorno. Castellanos working the outside part of the plate. The 2-2 pitch. Outside. Again, Gorno stays off of it. And it's a full count. So this will get McPherson in motion off of first base. On deck is Azarius Corbeil, the first baseman. But Castellanos would rather not face him until the 7th. McPherson takes off. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. A changeup on the inside part of the plate. Gorno strikes out for the 2nd time. And the Quakes do not score. And strand 2 on the base path. We will head to the 7th. It's 3-1 JetHawks on KJUL 1380.
California Dairy Distributors bring you Altadena Dairy products. The best in the valley, delivered fresh to your neighborhood stores. Look for the finest premium brand ice cream product, novelties, and milk. Pure, wholesome, and good. Guaranteed by farmers to be RBST free. Check with your neighborhood store. If they're not carrying Altadena products, call the California Dairy Distributors at 1-800-600-3164 for the location nearest you. Doesn't a tall glass of ice cold milk sound good? California Dairy Distributors, proud sponsor of the Lancaster JetHawks.
It's time to get connected to the people you know. Everybody needs a cell phone, cause we're all on the go. There's only one little old name that you need to know, and that's Frank. Frank's Radio.
No matter what you might see or hear, Frank's Radio is still your authorized Nextel service center, proudly displaying the Service Excellence Award from Nextel. There's a reason for that. Only Frank's Radio does it all. Look for the Frank's Radio logo where they service what they sell. Not all Nextel dealers are created equal. Be sure you're getting the service you deserve. Be sure it's Frank's Radio. You've never had a cell phone like this before, and you've never had service like this before. Frank's Radio, now open Monday through Saturday on 12th Street West between Avenues M and N in the Sierra Business Park.
There's only one way to do two-way, and that's Frank's Way.
This is Josh Kroger, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
6 innings complete. JetHawks with a 3-1 advantage. 7 hits, no errors for Lancaster. 3 hits and 2 very costly errors for Rancho. Thiessen, Jones, and Nichols to face Jake Woods. 2, 3, and 4 as Thiessen makes his way to the plate. He has flied out 3 times tonight. Twice to center and once to right. So Thiessen, since his 15-game hitting streak, is now 1 for his last 13. Woods winds and delivers. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Woods not afraid to pitch deep into ball games this year. This is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Looks like we'll get some stirring down in the Rancho bullpen as we speak. 2-0 pitch. Line drive. Leaping is McPherson. Probably didn't have to, but he makes the catch. Thiessen lines to third for out number 1. Now Jaime Jones. Mentioned Woods with 2 complete games this year.
Jaime Jones.
And entered play tonight. Tied for 4th in the league with 110 and 2/3 innings of work this season. The pitch is down the middle to Jones for strike 1. He can now add 6 1/3 innings to that total, brings him to 117. The 0-1 in the dirt, bounces away from Mathis. 1 ball and 1 strike. Irvin Santana, with his 6 innings last night, leads the league with 124 and 2/3 innings of work. The 1-1 outside off the tip of Mathis's glove. 2-1. Jones got the JetHawks on the scoreboard in the 5th inning. 2-out RBI double. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a foul. That one off of the mask of Mathis. Caromed high off the screen behind home plate. Evens the count at 2-2. Woods is ready. The pitch. Inside, and it hits Jones on the back. A curveball got away from Woods, and Jones will go down to first. JetHawks get a base runner with 1 out. And here's the first baseman, Kyle Nichols.
First baseman, number 9, Kyle Nichols.
Nichols has a base hit tonight in 3 at-bats. Had a single in the 2nd inning. Waving the bat around is the big man. And the pitch is up and away for ball 1. They're still debating as to where the Expos will play next season. Now time is called. Zeke Zimmerman will come out of the dugout and jog out to the mound. Chance to remind you about some upcoming events and promotions for the JetHawks. Thursday, July 31st, Halloween night. 102 days to Halloween. So we'll have a contest for the fans wearing the best costumes. Also, the first 1,000 fans get a poster of our 2003 coaching staff. Also, Wednesday, August the 13th, first 1,000 fans, a recycled tote bags. And do not forget the annual JetHawks golf tournament will be on Monday, August 4th. It'll be held at the Crystal Air Country Club. Call the JetHawks offices at 726-5400 for more information. Zimmerman is back to the dugout. And Woods at the belt. Here's the 1-0 to Nichols. Backs him up, a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Now we're back to the Expos. Right now, Major League Baseball is exploring the idea of having the Expos play all 81 of their home games in Puerto Rico next season. Right now, the players are not too happy about the moving around that they've had to do. There's a pop-up, straight back up and over the screen. 2-1 the count. I think the Players Union has now voiced their displeasure about the Expos having to play 22 home games to Puerto Rico, and thus not really having a place to truly call home. The 2-1. Off the handle of the bat, foul to the screen, and that evens the count. So 22 home games at Hiram Bithorn Stadium in San Juan, the other 61 in Montreal. And the players a little tired from all the travel. Never really feel like they're home anywhere. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Mathis behind home plate. And the count is full. Northern Virginia, Portland, Oregon, and Washington, D.C. are all continuing their attempts to land the Expos, but right now it's the other 29 teams that own the franchise. No serious contenders yet. 3-2 is popped up, foul territory by the JetHawks dugout. Mathis over, but it bounces on top of the roof of the dugout. And it remains 3-2. The constant travel has, I think, now shown some ill effects for Montreal. They started the year 32-18. That was their record on May 25th. After that, they went 8-14 on a road trip, and right now they're just 4 games over 500. Again, the 3-2. Runner goes. There is strike 3. Throw to second. Jones is caught in a rundown. Now the throw back to first. Corbeil with the tag, and Jones is out. Strike him out, throw him out, and the inning is over. Nobody left for the JetHawks. It's 7th inning stretch time at the epicenter. Lancaster still with a lead of 3-1 on KJUL 1380.
JetHawk fans, the best way to get to those out-of-town games is in the luxury and comfort of a Rexall motorhome. Imagine the envy of all the other fans when they see your ultimate tailgate machine. No matter which brand you choose, from the fabulous Rose Air to the sleek Vision, Lancaster is not only home to the JetHawks, but also Rexall Industries, which manufactures 5 brands of motorhomes at its facility off Avenue H at 7th Street West. Stop by and take a tour, and then make the short drive to Acton to purchase a new Rexall at La Mesa RV. La Mesa RV is easy to find off the west side of Highway 14 at the Soledad Canyon exit. With 7 convenient sales and service locations across California and southern Arizona, no matter where you're headed this summer, there's a La Mesa RV nearby or on the way that stocks and sells Rexall motorhomes made in Lancaster. True American pastimes come in threes: baseball, apple pie, and years of fun in a brand new Rexall motorhome from La Mesa RV.
Whoever your sports heroes are, from local stars to national icons, they're yours for the keeping with Upper Deck Collectibles. Upper Deck trading cards give you a front row seat to the best action in town. The biggest stars in baseball, basketball, football, hockey, and golf are captured in their finest moments and just for you in a timeless collectible. Upper Deck brings you closer by putting authentic player autographs on cards and even real pieces of equipment used and worn by players on their field of battle. It's a blend of authentic trading cards and the unforgettable brush with your heroes. Upper Deck, where sports fans own the moment.
The Lancaster JetHawks play here on your home for America's greatest music. KJUL 1380.
JetHawks go to their bullpen for the bottom of the 7th inning. Left-hander Cliff McMacken Gone for the 21st time, 3-1 record. Very good ERA at 2.37. He has really established himself as one of the more important parts of that JetHawk bullpen. Give you an idea of how well he has pitched of late. He's allowed just 1 earned run in his last 6 appearances, covering a total of 16 2/3 innings. Works out to a 0.54 ERA. So the lefty McMacken on to face Azarius Corbeil, a left-handed hitter. Matter of fact, 3 of the next 4 hitters bat from the left side. Mike Elward, who right now is on deck, is the only exception.
Now pitching for the JetHawks, number 27.
Castellanos, another good outing, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. McMacken into the windup from the first base side of the rubber, delivers a slow curve. That's a called strike on the outside corner. I'll take that back, 2 walks for Castellanos. He only allowed 5 base runners total. Swinging a foul at home plate. Another curveball. Quickly, 0-2. McMacken making his 4th appearance against Rancho. No record, 4.15 ERA and 4 1/3 innings. The 0-2 pitch, swinging and a miss on high and inside fastball. And Corbeil is out number 1. Now Mike Elward, a right-handed hitter. Hitless in 2 at-bats, both of those against Castellanos. Was called out on strikes in the 2nd, fly to center field in the 5th. The pitch. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt in front of home plate. 1-0. AAA All-Star game tonight, International League, Pacific Coast League. Also the Eastern League had their All-Star game, AA. The next pitch is outside, 2-0. McMacken right back on top of the rubber, waits. Elward's back in there, and now the pitch off speed is outside. 3-0. McMacken has issued his fair share of walks this year, but by and large, he gets away with it. The pitch. There's a strike called on the outside corner. McMacken this year, 22 walks in 38 innings. The last 6 that he has issued have not scored. The 3-1 is down and away for ball 4. Now McMacken hopes to extend that string to 7. As far as consecutive men he has walked who have not scored. As he gives one up to Elward, and now the left-handed hitting Justin Turner will step in there. Another score we can give you from around the California League is Inland Empire has a 5-0 lead over Stockton, top of the 8th inning. There's a curveball to Turner that paints the outside corner for strike 1. Turner, also hitless in 2 at-bats, has lined to right and bounced to first. Hit the ball to the right side twice so far. Now the 0-1. Another curveball. That's strike 2 on the outside corner. Turner can't believe the call from Steve Fritz, the home plate umpire, but it is, in fact, 0-2. Long pause, and now the pitch. Another curve just misses the outside corner. 1-2. Tulsa taking on El Paso. AA action. Obviously the Tucson club not in action at least until tomorrow after their all-star break. High fastball is swung on and missed by Turner And McMacken gets his second strikeout of the inning. Well, nobody's put the ball in play yet against McMacken. 2 strikeouts and a walk. And here's the left-handed hitting Nick Kempton, center fielder.
Center fielder, number 14, Nick Kempton.
Kempton in search of his first hit. Grounded to second, fly to center. Short lead at first for Elward. McMacken stares at him. Now comes home. Curveball is lifted to shallow left. Thiessen comes on. He makes the running catch. That's the only ball put in play in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 walk and 1 stranded for the Quakes. We will head to the 8th. 3-1 JetHawks on KJUL 1380.
There's nothing better than getting away from the daily stresses of life than by watching a JetHawks baseball game or hitting the road in a brand new Rexall motorhome. Did you know that Rexall builds 5 different brands of motorhomes right here in Lancaster? That's right. Rexall motorhomes have a wealth of features and loads of value. So if you're thinking about a new motorhome, be sure to check out the full line of products made right here at Rexall in Lancaster. When you're ready to buy a new Rexall, simply stop at La Mesa RV in Acton, located on the west side of Highway 14 off the Soledad Canyon exit. La Mesa RV has 7 locations in California and Arizona that sell and service every make of Rexall products. La Mesa's knowledgeable and caring sales team will help you find the Rexall that is just right for you. So make it a home run with the local team. Rexall, La Mesa RV, and the JetHawks.
Some things never change. S&S Home Furnishings, for instance, after 20 years, still means selection and service. With the best names in the business like Broyhill, Flexsteel, Pulaski, and Sealy, the dedicated staff at S&S knows where to look for the style and price range you want. So buying furniture is never a gamble, it's a sure thing at S&S Home Furnishings, where easy financing is yours on approved credit. S&S Home Furnishings, downtown Lancaster, on Lancaster Boulevard next to B of A.
This is Dan Ugla, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Well, both starters are now out of the ball game as the Quakes will bring in right-hander Austin Bilkey. Bilkey, his 8th appearance this season for the Quakes, 1-0 record, 1.69 ERA. 2 previous appearances against the JetHawks, 2 shutout innings, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. For Bilkey, who went the better part of a month without pitching, he had some arm trouble, but was never actually placed on the disabled list. Apparently now is okay, at least good enough to pitch. And Bilkey to face Garthwaite, Santos, and Ugla, the 5 through 7 hitters. Jake Woods tonight, 7 innings of work, 7 hits, 3 runs, just 1 was earned.
Austin Bilkey. And leading off the designated hitter,
2 strikeouts tonight for Jake Woods. He also hit 1 batter. Garthwaite steps in from the right side. Garthwaite reached on an error by McPherson to start the 6th inning and came around to score the first of 2 runs in that inning. Looks at a fastball that misses inside for ball 1. So Woods, only 1 of the 3 runs is earned, but right now is in position to get a loss despite pitching pretty well through 7 innings as Garthwaite takes the next pitch low. 2 balls and no strikes. Bilkey a shutout inning on the 8th and the 10th in Lancaster. Last pitched 1 scoreless inning on July 13th against the High Desert Mavericks. The 2-0 pitch. Swinging and a miss. A high fastball. And it's 2-1. Bilkey started the year in Cedar Rapids, the Midwest League, before his promotion. Garthwaite steps away for a moment, now back in there as Bilkey gets back on the rubber. The 2-1 pitch. is a fastball low. 3 balls and 1 strike. In the Midwest League, Bilkey was 1-3 with a 5.91 ERA in 19 ball games. Also had 4 saves. Only walked 6 and 21 in the 3rd innings before his promotion. Another high fastball swung on and missed. Full count now to Jay, opening up the top of the 8th inning, 3-1 JetHawks. Garthwaite drew a walk in the 4th inning, so he's 0 for 2 officially. The payoff, fastball hit in the air to right field, towards the line. Espedo over, now in, he dives, can't get it, rolls behind him. Right down the right field line, up to second is Garthwaite. He will stop there with a leadoff bloop/shallow fly ball double down the right field line. His first hit of the game.
Number 12, Sergio Santos.
Second extra base hit for the JetHawks in the ball game, and just their 3rd of the series. All of them doubles. Wouldn't expect that from not only the Cal League's leading home run hitting team, but all of minor league baseball's home run hitting team. And Santos takes the fastball. That's on the inside corner for strike 1. Santos was credited with a sacrifice in the 6th inning and went to second as Mathis threw the ball into the picnic area following the bunt down the right field line. The 0-1 is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Santos is 0 for 2 officially. Will not be charged with an at-bat in the 6th inning. Bilkey from the stretch delivers, and the breaking ball is in there. 1-2 to Santos. So Santos behind in the count. Now 3 for 9 in this series. By the way, also scored a run in that 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Fastball is fouled to the screen. A hard cut from Santos. And it remains 1-2. Outfield plays Santos slightly around the other way. Kimpton about 3 or 4 steps over to the right center gap. Bilkey staring in. Now comes Fett. 1-2 pitch. Little looper into shallow center that will fall for a base hit. Up to third is Garthwaite. He slips and falls as Aldretti gives him the stop sign. The throw from Kipton all the way to home plate. Actually about 15 feet up the first baseline. Garthwaite at third. Santos stopping at first with the single. And the JetHawks, with 9 hits in the ball game, have runners at the corners and nobody out. Brings up Dan Ugla with an RBI chance. Ugla still 4th in the league with 66 batted in on the season. Hit a grand slam against the Quakes last week. Waving the bat is Ugla back and forth. Bilkey in trouble at the set. The pitch is inside. Ugla turns away. Ball 1. We're in the top of the 8th inning. 3-1 JetHawks. Lancaster equaling their hit total of 9 from the ball game last night. Had just 3 on Monday. Would you believe they won Monday and lost yesterday? Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. A good cut on the high fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. This series, by the way, will conclude tomorrow. It's 7:15, the first pitch. Burns Pharmacy pregame show at 7 o'clock. Keith Watley will make the start against Dan Mazingo. Battle of left-handers tomorrow before the JetHawks return home on Friday. Open up a series against Lake Elsinore. Bilkey very slowly. And the 1-1 is a breaking ball low. They're working very slowly. Is at a snail's pace with runners at first and third. Garthwaite in foul territory down the line, while Santos held by Corbeil at first base. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to right center field. Garthwaite will tag up from third. Making the catch is Espedo. Bluffing the tag is Santos from first. Garthwaite will come in to score. Santos retreats. Uglip with the sacrifice fly to right field. A run batted in. And the JetHawks add another run. It's a 4-1 ball game.
Second baseman, number 26, Jason
Now
Gorman.
Jason Gorman will step in. Gorman, with the bases loaded and nobody out in the sixth inning, hit into a double play. He also came up with runners at first and second and 2 out in the fourth and hit into a fielder's choice. Bilkey delivers. Fastball is ripped down the left field line. This is curling and foul into the Quakes bullpen. Guys down there scattering, holding their lawn chairs, getting out of the way. No balls and 1 strike. So Gorman has come up with a total of 5 runners on base tonight, not including this at bat here in the 8th. He's only been able to get one of them home, and even that was on a double play, so he didn't even get credit for an RBI. Bilkey comes set. Santos is short lead at first. The pitch. Misses the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. A fastball from Bilkey. JetHawks with a run here in the 8th. Make it a 4-1 ball game. Just the 20th time these two teams have met this season. Quakes have won 10 of the first 19. The 1-1. Ripped again down the left field line, also curling and foul again. This one a little shy of the bullpen. Guys had to scatter again, but this time not as necessary. So it's 1-2 as Gorman has been able to get around on Bilkey's offerings. He's pulled 2 pitches foul in this at bat. Gorman back in there. Santos again his lead away from first, a modest one. He's running. The 1-2, hit on the ground, right side, base hit. Santos initially stopped at second, sees the ball in the outfield, will continue on to third. A very well executed hit and run by Jason Gorman. Turner vacating the area to cover the second base bag, and the ball went right by him. So again, the JetHawks have runners at first and third, this time with 1 out. And the hitter will be Mike DeRosa. 10th hit for the JetHawks. And talk about Mike Aldretti showing some confidence in Gorman on a 1-2 pitch. He employs the hit and run, and Gorman executes it perfectly. Something the JetHawks haven't been able to do a whole lot of this year, at least successfully. Pitch to DeRosa is inside for ball 1. Up the middle, Murphy and Turner, short and second respectively at double play depth. Outfield is fairly straight away, although Kempton again a couple of steps shading the right center gap. DeRosa tonight 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 6th inning. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a chopper foul over by the third base dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. DeRosa has 2 RBIs in this series. Drove in the only run last night in the 5th inning. Tonight an RBI single in the 6th. Time is called, this time by the base umpire, Bojo Morris, as the ball gets out of the Quakes bullpen and caromed out into left field. So they're having some problems down there as the Quakes have a right-hander up and throwing. Right-hander is Richard Thompson, by the way. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a drive into left center field. Kimpton's cutting over, and he will get there to make the catch. Santos will tag from third. The throw to the plate is too late as Santos is in there with a feet-first slide. Give DeRosa a sacrifice fly, the second of the inning. Santos scores, makes it a 5-1 ball game. DeRosa his second RBI of the ball game. Gorman holds his ground at first base on the play.
Number 22, Marlon Williams.
Well, they are outs, but they are productive outs. 2 sacrifice flies in the inning. Now the top of the order for Marlon Williams. 2 hits and 4 at bats. Also a run scored tonight. Wilkie still from the stretch delivers and backs up Williams with a fastball. 1-0. Tell you what, Wilkie's not afraid to come inside with that fastball, especially early in the count. I believe he's backed up each of the last 3 hitters he has faced on the first pitch with a fastball. Next pitch is driven down the right side, but foul. Past the picnic area, 1-1. So it's 1-1. Williams with 2 hits tonight after going hitless in the first 2 games of this series. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Williams bounces it to the left side. It's cut off by McPherson. He makes the flip to Turner. They get the force on Gorman at second base. Brings the top of the 8th inning to a close, but not before the JetHawks get 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 runner left on base, and the JetHawks extend their lead to 5-1. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th on KJUL 1380.
This is Rodney Jacobson, branch manager with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage. For most people, finding a new home is often the most exciting and easiest part of home buying. But how do you go about choosing a lender? Well, that's easy too. With Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, you get all the resources of one of the nation's leading lenders working with you one-on-one in your own neighborhood. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to move up, experienced Wells Fargo Home Mortgage consultants will carefully guide you through their complete selection of mortgage choices. Wells Fargo Home Mortgage also offers flexible down payments and closing options, all designed to get your family into a home today. It's your single source for total home buying service and solutions. Call Wells Fargo Home Mortgage in Lancaster today at 945-3682, 945-3682. At Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, we build dreams, not barriers.
Wells Fargo Home Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
Let's meet another in the family of prompt, personal, Antelope Valley Farmers Insurance agents. Farmers has been in the AVs since 1929.
And I've been a farmer's agent since 1999. This is Steve Taylor. My father, Bob Taylor, was a farmer's agent in Palmdale for over 22 years. Now I'm carrying on the Taylor name with Farmers. I've got a nice big ad in the phone book. For insurance and financial planning, call me.
Go with confidence. Go with Steve Taylor, an Antelope Valley Farmers agent ready to help you now to get you back where you belong.
This is Justin Wexler, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Top of the batting order to face Cliff McMacken in the bottom of the 8th inning. Murphy, Espedo, and Mathis. For McMacken, this will be his second inning of work. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts in the 7th. The pitch is a curveball. It misses outside. Murphy showing bunt, and the count is 1-0. That'll bring the infield in at the corners. Ugla at third and Nichols at first base. Now the fastball misses outside. 2-0. Ugla now back a couple of steps, as does Nichols. over at first base. The 2-0 pitch. High fastball is chased and missed. 2-1. Murphy has walked, singled, and fouled to the catcher tonight. 1 for 2 officially. And the pitch. Bunts right through it. A breaking ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Murphy hitting from the right side for the first time tonight. Turning around to face the lefty McMacken. JetHawks bullpen is quiet. And the 2-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. Taken at the knees. As McMacken gets his third strikeout. One out with nobody on for Jason Espedo.
Right fielder, number 8.
Espedo hit this in 3 at-bats. Now 2 for 11 in the series. The pitch is bounced foul past the first base bag. 0-1. Richard Thompson still warming up down in the Quakes bullpen. The question now is, do you let McMacken finish this ball game? He came on to start the 7th, so he would have to pitch a total of 3 innings to do it. And he's not quite halfway there. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Espedo lays off of it. 1-1. Could McMacken pitch 3 innings tonight? Well, certainly. He has not worked since July 12th, so he's had 3 days off. And as Espedo swings at a curveball and misses, 1-2. The other side of it is if McMacken pitches 3 innings tonight, he may not necessarily be available should you need him even for an inning tomorrow. 1-2 pitch. Fastball chased and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for McMacken. 4 of the 5 outs he has registered are strikeouts. And an inning and 2/3, he's already whiffed 1 more than Castellanos did in 6 innings. Now Jeff Mathis, the catcher. And the pitch. Curveball, pinks the outside corner to the right-handed hitting Mathis for strike 1. Mathis 0 for 3. And the pitch. Another curveball whacked to left field. That will fall for a base hit. So Mathis said, I had enough of this slow curveball stuff. He picks up the Quakes' 4th hit and only their 4th hit of the ball game. But with 2 runs for the JetHawks in the top of the 8th inning, what will not happen is the tying run coming to the plate. And good reason, as Dallas McPherson is in there. McPherson, homer, single, walk tonight. The pitch is a fastball that misses inside, I guess. Pretty close pitch from McMacken. 1-0. McMacken from the stretch looks over at first. Kicks the front leg in the pitch. There's a strike called at the knees. 1-1. So McPherson with 2 hits tonight, now 6 for 8 with his 3 home runs in this series. The 1-1. Another curveball. This one is up high. McMacken looked like he slipped a bit coming off the mound, which is perhaps why he left that pitch up above the strike zone. 2-1. Jones and Wright is guarding the line. The pitch. Fastball rips to right center. Jones is cutting over. He will get there. Reaches out to make the catch. So McPherson hits the ball hard for the 3rd time tonight. This time, gets nothing out of it. 1 hit, 1 runner left. We've completed 8. It's 5-1 JetHawks on KJUL 1380.
Jenna, will you take me to the airport?
Sorry, I can't, but try calling AV Airport Express. They make 7 trips daily to LAX. There's no parking fees, no fuel costs, and curb-to-curb service. AV Airport Express is locally owned and operated with the best low-cost rates to LAX. You know, relax to lax.
Oh, yeah.
It's smarter to charter with Antelope Express, too. They've always got fun excursions for families, churches, and schools, and deluxe tour coaches for up to 58 passengers. Call them at 945-2LAX or log on to avairportexpress.com.
Discover the treasures of apartment living at Amargosa Creek, a community with a richly active lifestyle, perfectly manicured lawns surrounded by flowering foliage, and an excellent location, convenient to a variety of shopping centers and major thoroughfares. They offer washer and dryer connections in all homes, a 24-hour fitness facility, sparkling pool and spa, barbecue, picnic and playground picnic area, and an online rent payment option. Get more out of life by living at Amargosa Creek, where you're sure to find an apartment home of your very own to treasure. Call today, 945-5997 for Amargosa Creek Apartments.
So where do you go when you need more than just a prescription filled? Burns Pharmacy has been the answer for the last 45 years. At Burns, their focus is personal customer service. In fact, they can fill the prescriptions that other pharmacies in the Valley can't, and much quicker, too. The newly expanded store in downtown Lancaster includes a large home health care department. Burns Pharmacy, 866 West Lancaster Boulevard. Burns Pharmacy, it's where the JetHawks go, and where you should go, too.
It's a great double play, Lancaster JetHawks baseball and America's greatest music on KJUL 1380.
Thursday here at the Epicenter.
Richard Thompson is on the mound for Rancho as we start the ninth inning. Thompson, the third pitcher utilized tonight. 7 innings, Jake Woods, and 1 inning for Austin Bilke. Now Thompson to face Mike Thiessen, Jaime Jones, and Kyle Nichols, 2, 3, and 4 hitters. And the right-hander into the windup delivers a fastball, strike 1 on the outside corner. Thompson, his 5th appearance with the Quakes. No record, 3 saves, 4 innings of work. He's only allowed 1 hit. Now a high fastball is swung on and missed. And Thiessen down quickly, 0-2. The only appearance with the Quakes that Thompson did not get a save was this past Thursday, July 10th, against the JetHawks as he bounces the breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2. And that was because Thompson pitched the 9th inning, that ball game last Thursday, when it was 21-1. And the Quakes were not leading. Let's put it to you that way. 1-2 pitch. Ripped to left field. Cutting over is Elward. He will not get there. Will go all the way to the fence. Thiessen digging for second, and he's not stopping. He's going for third. The relay throw is wide and late. Goes into the dugout. Out of play, and Thiessen will be awarded home plate. That'll be a triple for Thiessen. And the error by Murphy, the shortstop, allows Thiessen to score.
Right fielder, number 23.
And the JetHawks make it 6-1. First run that Thompson has allowed since his promotion. And only the second hit. Now Jaime Jones looks at a fastball that misses outside. Thompson, an Australian, born and currently resides in Sydney. Jones bounces one past the mound, charging as Murphy tries to barehand, can't get it cleanly, and Jones is safe at first. And that will be scored a base hit. So back-to-back hits in the inning. After, in 4 innings, Thompson had only allowed 1. So the JetHawks getting to the right-hander. Now Kyle Nichols will be the hitter. 3 errors in the game for Rancho now, and they have all led to runs. Might be wondering why Thompson was promoted. Well, with Cedar Rapids, he had a 0.24 ERA. Nichols grounds one to the right side, picked up by Corbeil. Pivots, throws to second for 1. Back to first, they turn the double play. Nichols hits into the 3-6-1 twin killing. and now the bases are empty with 2 down.
Designated hitter.
Corbeil, who throws right-handed, has to take that extra half second to make the pivot and turn to throw to second. Still able to do it, and Nichols, who does not run all that well, able to be doubled up as Murphy came back to first with the return throw. Now the fastball to Jake Garthwaite is right through the left side of the batter's box into the screen. 1-0. Garthwaite has scored 2 runs tonight. Double. Has also walked and reached on an error. 1 for 3 officially. Swings and foul tips the fastball. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. JetHawks now with 12 hits in the ball game, including 2 here in the 9th. Now the 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball outside corner called strike 2. Pretty good looking hook from Thompson. And Garthwaite behind in the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another curveball in the dirt. Mathis on the short hop to the infield side of home plate. Throws to first. 2-3 on the putout as Garthwaite strikes out. That'll end the inning. JetHawks do, however, get a run on 2 hits. Nobody left on base. 6-1. JetHawks will head to the bottom of the 9th on KJUL 1380.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You can make a difference in the Coast Guard. Search and rescue, saving lives. You're answering the call. It's a job that matters, where you can do it all.
Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve. Save lives, stop drugs, protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Imagine what it feels like. You can do it all. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter. The Coast Guard.
Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Not only will McMahon's Furniture Store beat any other advertised price, but McMahon's guarantees your satisfaction as well. Buy it, like it, or return it within 30 days. McMahon's tremendous selection of furniture, mattresses, appliance, and electronics includes Lazy Boy, Berkline, Simmons, Serta, Spring Air, RCA, Toshiba, Pioneer, and JVC, Frigidaire, and Maytag, all guaranteed values. Use your McMahon's account or any bank card. McMahon's Furniture Store, 10th Street West at Avenue K4 in Lancaster.
This is Carlton Wells, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Cliff McMacken out on the mound for the 9th inning. He will try and finish this one. A 6-1 lead for the JetHawks. Throw from DeRosa down to second. And due up for the Quakes, Gorno, Corbeil, and Elwert. 5, 6, and 7. McMacken, 1 hit and 1 walk in his 2 innings. He has struck out 4. Gorno, 0 for 3, including 2 strikeouts, both of those, and all 3 of those at-bats against the starter, John Castellanos. Here's the pitch. Slow curve, outside corner, called strike 1. Well, that curveball from McMacken almost mesmerizes you. Now the 0-1. Fastball misses the inside corner, a little bit below the knees as well. Gorno, 6'3", looks even a little taller than that. Next pitch is bounced foul along the third base line, and the count goes to 1-2. McMacken this season does not have a save. If he completes the 9th, he will get 1 here tonight. High fastball is chased and missed for strike 3. Well, after you throw that slow curve, suddenly that fastball looks a little faster. One away. McMacken with his 5th strikeout.
Number 19, Corbeil.
Now Corbeil struck out against McMacken in the 7th inning. Is also grounded to first and fly to left. No one on, one away in the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch. Slow curve, ripped to right center field. That will get down for extra bases. This will go all the way to the warning track. Finally cut off by Williams. Spins and throws it back to the infield. That Corbeil is at second with a double. So that will extend Corbeil's hitting streak. Now at 8 games.
The left fielder, number 27, Mike Elward.
Second hit that McMacken has allowed, and that doesn't stir up the JetHawks bullpen one bit. Now Elward. That hit, by the way, just the 5th of the game for Rancho. 3 allowed by Castellanos, and now the 2nd off of McMacken. Facing Elward now, who he walked in the 7th. Check his second base, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. Fastball from McMacken. Corbeil inching away from second. And the pitch. There's a strike called on the outside corner. Another fastball. 1-1. McMacken, a guy who does not throw all that hard, will maybe hit 85 with his fastball. Curveball somewhere in the mid-70s. 1-1 pitch. There's the curve. Strike 2 at the knees. Elward bending back as if to say, oh, I can't believe that was a strike. 1-2 the count. McMacken from the stretch delivers inside, and it hits him. So Elward hit by the pitch, and the Quakes now with runners at first and second. Quakes trying to get something going, and Justin Turner will be the hitter.
Second baseman, Justin Turner.
I guess that's the one benefit of getting hit by McMacken. Since he doesn't throw that hard, it wouldn't hurt as much as, say, getting drilled by a 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Randy Johnson. There's the curve, and it misses low and outside to Turner. 1-0. Turner 0 for 3. Turner also struck out against McMacken in the 7th inning. Here's the 1-0. Fastball at the knees, called strike. 1-1. Turner not in total agreement with that call, but such as it is. Runners take their leads on the initial bases. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut from Turner. Here's the 85-mile-an-hour fastball from McMacken, and it's 1-2. McMacken slowly brings the hands down over his shoulder, looks towards second, and the pitch is ripped to right field. That's a base hit. Up to third goes Corbeil. He gets the stop sign from Meacham. Jones gets the ball to the infield, hitting the cutoff man Nichols, and the bases are loaded. Now let's see if something happens down in the JetHawks bullpen. Billy Biggs has grabbed his jacket and is jogging down there. Also, Doug Slayton will go down there as well. Also coming out is the pitching coach, Mel Stottlemyre. Didn't see much of him last night, although you didn't figure he was going to come out and talk with Randy Johnson. Didn't have much reason to come out the night before with Scott Barber turning into Masterpiece. Gives us time to remind you that the JetHawks will hold another baseball clinic Tuesday, July 29th. It'll be from 9 to noon, open to kids 16 and under. 5 JetHawks players will be at the clinic. Marlon Williams, Mike DeRosa, Justin Wexler, Edgar Varela and John Castellano. Of course, that can change, but that's who is scheduled to be there. Cost is $35, includes lunch following the clinic at JetHawks baseball, 2 reserved tickets to the July 29th game, and a Cal League bobblehead to the first 100 kids who register. But you must pre-register. You can do that, 726-5400. Now we're ready for action. McMacken delivers, and the fastball is inside to Nick Kimpton. 1-0 with the bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Billy Biggs now starts to throw in the JetHawks bullpen. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball. That is low. 2-0. Well, McMacken, mentioned earlier, susceptible to walks. However, he doesn't have any room this time around. A double, hit by pitch, and a single have him loaded. The 2-0 pitch. Line drive, center field, base hit. Corbeil will score. Elward to third. He will stop as Williams briefly overran the ball. But Elward held at third. Kimpton with the RBI single, and the Quakes get a run, making a 6-2 score. Everybody up 90 feet. Elward stopping at third and Turner to second. Now Mike DeRosa is going to go out to the mound as Doug Slayton has now joined Billy Biggs, warming up in the bullpen. Well, a stall tactic here. DeRosa going out to talk with McMacken. He was allowed 3 hits in the inning. Has also hit a batter. Getting back to Elward stopping at third. That stop sign by Meacham went up almost immediately before Elward even got to third. And second guessers would say that Elward should have scored, especially since Williams overran the ball briefly in center field. But down by 4 runs, the last thing you want to do is take chances. And now Mike Aldretti is going to make the slow walk out of the dugout. That will be it for McMacken. The only question now is who will he go to, the left-hander or the right-hander? You have a switch hitter due up next in Tommy Murphy. The question is, which side of the plate do you want him to hit from? We'll find out after this 60-second break. 6-2 JetHawks. We're in the 9th on KJUL 1380.
This is Rodney Jacobson, branch manager with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage. For most people, finding a new home is often the most exciting and easiest part of home buying. But how do you go about choosing a lender? Well, that's easy too. With Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, you get all the resources of one of the nation's leading lenders working with you one-on-one in your own neighborhood. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to move up, experienced Wells Fargo Home Mortgage consultants will carefully guide you through their complete selection of mortgage choices. Wells Fargo Home Mortgage also offers flexible down payments and closing options, all designed to get your family into a home today. It's your single source for total home buying service and solutions. Call Wells Fargo Home Mortgage in Lancaster today at 945-3682, 945-3682. At Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, we build dreams, not barriers.
Wells Fargo Home Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
This is Scott Barber, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Well, the answer to our question, which side do they want Tommy Murphy to hit from? The answer is he will be turned around to hit from the right side, as he will face the left-hander, Doug Slayton. His 3rd relief appearance of the year after starting the season in the rotation. 21st appearance overall. 4-7 record, 5.89 ERA. Comes in with the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning as Murphy will represent the tying run. That seemed to be a chance for an easy victory at 6-1 is now a 6-2 nail-biter with the bases loaded. By the way, Slayton, who enters the game in a save situation, does not have a save in his career. Of course, you don't pick up too many when you spend most of your time as a member of the starting rotation. Murphy 1 for 3. Has singled and walked so far in the ball game tonight. For the second time through the order, it wasn't a good one, or at least as good for McMacken as was the first time through. Now it's Slayton from the stretch, and the fastball is skied to center field. Williams is there, backs up a couple of steps. He makes the grab. Tagging at third is Elward. He will score. Turner also tags up and goes to third base. Murphy the sacrifice fly. And it's 6-3 JetHawks. And now there are runners at the corners. However, there are 2 out. Speedo is the next scheduled hitter, but he will be called back. And David Gates will be sent up as a pinch hitter.
Speedo has number 29, David Gates.
Gates, 238 average, 4 homers, 21 batted in, was 0 for 2 in the ball game last night. But Gates will not be the one to face Slayton. Instead, Mike Aldretti comes out again, and he will make another pitching change. So it'll be Billy Biggs to face Gates with 2 outs. Runners at first and third in the ninth. Another 60-second timeout on KJUL 1380.
Listen up, baseball fans. Where can you go to get a quality oil change done by service professionals at a great price and get a voucher good for 2 free tickets to a Lancaster JetHawks game? Goodyear, that's where. All season long, Goodyear dealers are offering 2 free tickets to see the JetHawks play, just for getting that oil change you need anyway. With tires as low as $18, quality brands like Goodyear and Dunlap, and complete automotive service, it's no wonder your Goodyear dealer is the place to go for all your automotive needs. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for the dealer near you.
Some things never change. S&S Home Furnishings, for instance, after 20 years, still means selection and service. With the best names in the business like Broyhill, Flexsteel, Pulaski, and Sealy. The dedicated staff at S&S knows where to look for the style and price range you want. So buying furniture is never a gamble, it's a sure thing at S&S Home Furnishings, where easy financing is yours on approved credit. S&S Home Furnishings, downtown Lancaster, on Lancaster Boulevard next to B of A.
This is Matt Henry, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
So now with 2 outs, Billy Biggs comes on to do the pitching. And it will be his chance for a save in this one. He's got 6 this year, 0-5 record, 3.67 ERA, on for the 36th time. What's ironic is that of his 6 saves, 3 of them, in 3 of them, he has recorded just 1 out, pitched 1/3 of an inning. And in 2 of them, he's thrown 2 pitches or fewer. Although his last save, which came on the 11th of July against Inland Empire, worked 1 inning, and he threw only 3 pitches. Biggs also pitched in the ball game last night, worked a scoreless bottom of the 8th, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed, and 1 strikeout. So Aldretti playing the percentages, waiting for Bobby Meacham to make the move and pinch hit Gates for Espedo. And then Slayton is taken out of the game in favor of Billy Biggs. So right-hander against right-hander. Biggs comes set to pitch. Swinging a bounding ball foul. Grabbed barehanded by Bobby Meacham past the third base coach's box, and he flips it into the seats. 0-1. So Biggs is going to have to throw more than 1 pitch to get this save. The 0-1 pitch. Reached for and rolled to second. Gorman coming in, gloves it, flips to first, and the ball game is over. Billy Biggs throws 2 pitches and gets the save as the JetHawks win by a final score of 6-3. So the JetHawks have now taken 2 of the first 3 in this 4-game series. The finale tomorrow night. But right after this break, we'll have the AV Ford postgame show on KJUL 1380.
Listen up, baseball fans. Where can you go to get a quality oil change done by service professionals at a great price and get a voucher good for 2 free tickets to a Lancaster JetHawks game? Goodyear, that's where. All season long, Goodyear dealers are offering 2 free tickets to see the JetHawks play, just for getting that oil change you need anyway. With tires as low as $18, quality brands like Goodyear and Dunlap, and complete automotive service. It's no wonder your Goodyear dealer is the place to go for all your automotive needs. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for the dealer near you.
One of the most important things you can do to keep your cars and other vehicles running their best is to change the oil and filter regularly. But did you know that you haven't finished the job right until you've recycled that used oil and filter? You should never dump used oil on the ground, in storm drains, or in the garbage. The only safe way to dispose of that used oil and filter is by taking it to a friendly, convenient collection center. So this spring and summer, step up to the plate for the environment. To find an oil and oil filter collection center or a household hazardous waste collection center near you, call 1-800-CLEANUP. That number again, 1-800-CLEANUP. The JetHawks and the California Integrated Waste Management Board want to thank you for all of your recycling efforts. Working together, we can keep our community a great place to live, work, and play ball.
You've been listening to the Lancaster JetHawks Baseball, the future stars of the Arizona Diamondbacks. JetHawks Baseball has been brought to you by the Antelope Valley Christian Schools, the U.S. Coast Guard, the law firm of R. Rex Paris, Rexall, the City of Lancaster, and your new home of JetHawks Baseball, KJUL 1380. Stay tuned for the JetHawks postgame show coming up next.
It's time to get connected to the people you know. Everybody needs a cell phone, cause we're all on the go. There's only one little old name that you need to know, and that's Frank's Radio.
No matter what you might see or hear, Frank's Radio is still your authorized Nextel service center, proudly displaying the Service Excellence Award from Nextel. There's a reason for that. Only Frank's Radio does it all. Look for the Frank's Radio logo where they service what they sell. Not all Nextel dealers are created equal. Be sure you're getting the service you deserve. Be sure it's Frank's Radio. You've never had a cell phone like this before, and you've never had service like this before. Frank's Radio, now open Monday through Saturday on 12th Street West between Avenues M and N in the Sierra Business Park.
There's only one way to do two ways, and that's Frank's Way.
Coors Light presents Dear Coors Light, a continuing forum on the subject of cold. Today's letter is from a Mr. Chris Duffy of Atlanta, Georgia. Chris writes,
Dear Coors Light, my roommates and I have always wondered if we unplugged the refrigerator and stuck a frosty 12-pack of Coors Light in there, would the beer keep the pickles and mustard cool? Well, guess what? It does. We've even found that on the odd occasion we have vegetables in the fridge, they stay crisper, longer. But most importantly, with Coors Light, we've noticed a big difference in our electric bill.
Well, Chris, we've always thought of Coors Light as an innovative beer. But what a delight to hear that it has spurred even further newfangled thinking. Yes, Chris, you're on to something. So how's this for a new slogan? Coors Light, frost-brewed refreshment and friend of the fridge. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Coors Light is frost-brewed to capture a cold, refreshing taste. Pick up Coors Light whenever you buy beer and tap the Rockies.
This is the Lancaster JetHawks postgame show. Stay tuned for a wrap-up and highlights of the just-completed game and scores from other games around the California League. The postgame show is brought to you by Antelope Valley Ford and Shuttle Lincoln Mercury and the Lancaster Auto Mall. All-American deals on all-American cars, trucks, and SUVs. Ford tough and Ford proud. Come in today and keep America driving strong.
Another solid pitching performance by the JetHawks tonight as they come away with the 6-3 victory here at the Epicenter. Tim O'Sullivan with you, along with Danny Plazola, back in the studios of KJUL 1380 as we get to the totals and the numbers of this one for the JetHawks tonight. 6 runs on 12 hits, no errors, and stranding 8 on the base paths. For Rancho, 3 runs, 7 hits, and 3 errors. They also strand 8 in the game tonight. Winning pitcher is John Castellanos. He is now 4-0 on the season. All 4 of his wins coming in the second half. So he's got 4 of the JetHawks' 11 second-half victories in just 5 appearances. The save goes to Billy Biggs, his 7th of the season. And Jake Woods, despite pitching very well tonight in 7 innings, takes the loss. He falls to 7-4. Inside the numbers, every member of the lineup tonight for the JetHawks had at least 1 base hit. Marlon Williams, Jaime Jones, and Jason Gorman each had 2 tonight. Williams 2 for 5, a couple of singles, a stolen base, and a run scored tonight. Jaime Jones was 2 for 4, single and an RBI double in the 5th inning, was also hit by a pitch. And then 2 hits for Gorman, a single in the 3rd, another one in the 8th inning. Mike Thiessen was 1 for 5, his one an insurance run in the 9th inning as he tripled and then later scored on an error by the shortstop Murphy. He's only hit in 5 at-bats. Kyle Nichols, a 2nd inning single, also 1 for 5. Jay Garthwaite, an 8th inning double, 1 for 4, scored 2 runs and also drew a walk in the ball game. Sergio Santos, 1 for 3, singled, sacrificed, and scored twice. Dan Ugla, 1 for 2, a single, walk, and a sacrifice fly. And Mike DeRosa, out of the number 9 spot, was 1 for 3. He had 2 RBIs on a single in the 6th and a sacrifice fly in the 8th. For Rancho, 2 hits for Dallas McPherson as he continues to destroy JetHawks pitching. Single and a home run, his 13th of the season. A solo shot in the 4th inning. He is now 6 for 9 in the series thus far through the first 3 games. So the JetHawks unable to contain him. They did, however, contain just about everybody else in the lineup tonight. Tommy Murphy, 1 for 3, 1st inning single, 9th inning sacrifice fly. Jeff Mathis, 1 for 4, an 8th inning single. Azarias Corbeil had a 9th inning double, and he scored a run. Mike Elward was 0 for 2. He walked, was hit by a pitch, and scored a run. Justin Turner, 1 for 4, a 9th inning single. And Nick Kempton was 1 for 4, also with a 9th inning single. He had 1 RBI in the ball game. Pitching lines in this one, Castellanos, in getting the win, goes 6 innings, holding the Quakes to just 3 hits and 1 earned run. He walked 2 and struck out 3 in the ball game. Also threw 1 wild pitch and allowed the home run to McPherson. After that, Cliff McMacken started very well, ended up going 2 1/3 innings as he ran into trouble in the 9th. 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Then 2 more relievers in the 9th, 1/3 of an inning for Doug Slayton, retiring the only batter he faced, Tommy Murphy, on a fly out to center. And then Billy Biggs throwing 2 pitches, getting the save. The 4th time this year he's pitched just 1/3 of an inning for a save. He got David Gates, a pinch hitter, to ground out to second, the only man that he faced. For the Quakes, Jake Woods, in taking the loss, goes 7 innings, allows 7 hits, 3 runs, only 1 was earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He also hit 1 batter tonight. Following him was Austin Bilkey, the right-hander, 1 inning, 3 hits, and 2 earned runs. And then Richard Thompson working the 9th, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 1 strikeout in the 9th inning. That's a look at the numbers. We'll have a scoring rundown right after this on KJUL 1380.
In the high desert, you spell more, A-V-F-O-R-D. The high desert's more megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Antelope Valley Ford has more selection, more trucks, more SUVs, more cars, more new and used vehicles than you can believe. AV Ford saves you more money with more deals, saves you more time being moored in the Lancaster Auto Mall. AV Ford saves you more hassles by delivering more service. Antelope Valley Ford, what more could you want? What more can we say? If you're shopping for a truck that does more, an SUV that packs more, or a car that performs more, shop Ford's More Megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Shop and buy from Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore. More discounts, more selection, more styles, more colors. Need more? Want more? Get more at Antelope Valley Ford. AV Ford means more, delivers more, is more. So your choice is more. Or less. Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore in the Lancaster Auto Mall. Real people helping real people.
Baseball season is here, and the JetHawks are back in action at the hangar. Check out the future stars of the Arizona Diamondbacks and join in on these upcoming promotions.
Saturday, July 19th is T-shirt night for the first 1,500 fans. Sponsored by Dr. Tim Buckley, orthodontist. On Sunday, July 20th, get a free general admission ticket, redeemed with 1 recyclable can.
For more information on these events or for tickets, call the JetHawks at 726-5400 or go online at jethawks.com. It's Lancaster JetHawks baseball.
Get CNN news updates all day long right here on your station for America's greatest music and Lancaster JetHawks baseball. KJUL 1380.
Here's how it happened in the ball game tonight. We start in the fourth inning when it was the Quakes who struck first, and it was the old nemesis Dallas McPherson who was homered in all 3 games of this series. He ripped his third in the fourth inning, a solo shot, third of the series, 13th of the season, and with that home run, the Quakes had a 1-0 lead. JetHawks would come right back in the top half of the fifth inning as Marlon Williams would single with 1 out. He then stole second. And 2 batters later, Jaime Jones with an RBI double to right center field, and we were tied at 1. Wouldn't remain that way for very long, however, as the JetHawks would take their first lead of the night in the top of the sixth inning. Jake Garthwaite reaching on an error by Dallas McPherson. Then another error as Santos dropped the sacrifice bunt. Jeff Mathis out from behind home plate, barehanded the ball, then spun and threw the ball into the picnic area past the first base bag and down the right field line. That allowed Garthwaite to go to third and Santos to take second. Dan Uglett then walked to load the bases before Jason Gorman hit into the 6-4-3 double play. That, however, allowed Garthwaite to come in and score, give the JetHawks a 2-1 lead. Following that, Mike DeRosa an RBI single to center field, and it was 3-1 JetHawks. That lead would remain at 2 until the top of the eighth inning, when Jake Garthwaite led it off with a double, then a single by Sergio Santos. Gave the JetHawks runners at the corners. Dan Uglett then followed with a sacrifice fly. After that, Jason Gorman executing the perfectly placed hit and run single to right center field. Vacated, the spot vacated by Justin Turner, who was covering second as Santos was taking off from first. And then again with runners at first and third, Mike DeRosa with the sacrifice fly, and the JetHawks had a seemingly comfortable 5-1 lead. That lead would grow by another run in the ninth inning when Mike Thiessen led off against the third pitcher of the night for the Quakes, Richard Thompson, and tripled to left center field on the play. The throw from Murphy got by McPherson at third, went into the Quakes dugout, and Thiessen was awarded home plate. That made it a 6-1 ball game. So it seemed like Cliff McMacken would just cruise through, just as he did in the seventh and eighth, but ran into trouble in the ninth inning with 1 out. Azarias Corbeil, the double. Following that, Mike Elward hit by a pitch, and then Justin Turner a single. That loaded the bases. Nick Kimpton, after that, a single to center field. That scored Corbeil, made it a 6-2 ball game. That would be it for McMacken as Doug Slayton would come on, and Tommy Murphy against Slayton would hit the sacrifice fly to center field. That scored Elward. Turner tagged up in the play as well and went to third. But the third pitcher of the inning was Billy Biggs, who came on for Slayton through just 2 pitches and got the pinch hitter David Gates grounding out to Gorman at second. And the JetHawks had their second win in 3 games of this series. 6-3 the final. We'll have some final thoughts right after this on KJUL 1380.
In the high desert, you spell more, A-V-F-O-R-D. The high desert's more megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Antelope Valley Ford has more selection, more trucks, more SUVs, more cars, more new and used vehicles than you can believe. AV Ford saves you more money with more deals, saves you more time being moored in the Lancaster Auto Mall. AV Ford saves you more hassles by delivering more service. Antelope Valley Ford, what more could you want? What more can we say? If you're shopping for a truck that does more, an SUV that packs more, or a car that performs more, shop Ford's More Megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Shop and buy from Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore. More discounts, more selection, more styles, more colors. Need more? Want more? Get more at Antelope Valley Ford. AV Ford means more, delivers more, is more. So your choice is more. Or less. Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore in the Lancaster Auto Mall. Real people helping real people.
The Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center has just what you need for your next banquet or catered event. Their conference centers are some of the largest in the area, and their efficient and friendly staff is ready to help in planning your next event. Even if your gathering is off-site, the AV Inn's catering service provides a wide variety of top-quality selections. Stop by the AV Inn today on Sierra Highway between Avenues J and K, or call 948-4651 for the Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center.
This is Doug Slade, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
With the victory tonight, the JetHawks claim their 50th of the season. They are now 50-46 on the season. Ironically enough, the JetHawks last year did not get their 50th win until August the 10th in their 119th game. Ironically, that day also beating the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. For the Quakes, they fall to 12-13 in the second half, are 52-43 on the season overall. The JetHawks 50-46, 11-15 in the second half. Again, the final score tonight: 6-3 JetHawks, 6-12-0 for Lancaster, 3-7-3 for the Quakes. As Castellanos wins it, he is 4-0. Biggs gets his 7th save, and Jake Woods, the loss, he falls to 7-4. One home run tonight. That was Dallas McPherson, a solo shot in the 4th inning, his 13th of the season. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 44 minutes in front of 3,159 here at the Epicenter. This 4-game series will conclude tomorrow night at 7:15. The first pitch, 7 o'clock, the Burns Pharmacy pregame show. We come your way as Keith Watley will make his 3rd start for the JetHawks this season. 1-0 record, ERA at an even 5. And the lefty will be opposed by another lefty, Dan Mazinga, who on the season is 6-7, an ERA of 6.04. I want to thank my producer back at the studios of KJUL 1380. It is Danny Dan tonight. Danny Plazola doing a great job. So for Danny, this is Tim O'Sullivan saying good night from the Epicenter as the JetHawks have taken now 2 of 3 in this series. They win tonight by a final score of 6-3.
In the High Desert, you spell more, A-V-F-O-R-D. The High Desert's More Megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Antelope Valley Ford has more selection, more trucks, more SUVs, more cars, more new and used vehicles than you can believe. AV Ford saves you more money with more deals, saves you more time being moored in the Lancaster Auto Mall. AV Ford saves you more hassles by delivering more service. Antelope Valley Ford, what more could you want? What more can we say? If you're shopping for a truck that does more, an SUV that packs more, or a car that performs more, shop Ford's More Megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Shop and buy from Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore. More discounts, more selection, more styles, more colors. Need more? Want more? Get more at Antelope Valley Ford. AV Ford means more, delivers more, is more. So your choice is more. Or less. Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore in the Lancaster Auto Mall. Real people helping real people.
Thanks for listening to the Lancaster JetHawks postgame show. Brought to you by Antelope Valley Ford and Shuttle Lincoln Mercury in the Lancaster Auto Mall. All-American deals on all American cars, trucks, and SUVs. Ford Tough and Ford Proud. Come in today and keep America driving strong. Be sure to join us every game on your new home for JetHawks baseball. KJUL 1380.